Get the strangest transmission sometimes, especially when it comes from you people. Have you missed me? Things are great here. The weather's good, the suns are shining, and I'm making lots of new friends. Of course, I always do. I've had the strangest dreams lately. Raging seas, howling beasts, a demon, folded in black clouds. I believe I know what it guards, and I will have it, to the chagrin of the faith-blinded zealots that challenge me. Don't wish your pity on them. I don't think they would like you much anyways. And what of the giants who formed this world? So much to tell you, but so many more important things to do. There was a fourth. You couldn't have known, and I haven't forgotten. It is a blurred line that lies on the edge of godhood and insanity. Guess which side that I am on. Feeling lucky? Yeah, I feel it's been long overdue since I did one of these, especially considering the recent eventual release of Campaign Evolved. I've been listening to this amazing noise for the past like 20 minutes, just waiting for everything to get set up. Decided to go with the real sort of classic this time. You thought I'd be doing MCC for this, but nope. Observe. I actually have it on my 360, downloaded the Super Cicadas. That's one way of putting it. Yeah, I have it downloaded on my old Xbox, back when the Xbox Live Marketplace was a thing. And unfortunately, I do not have Uno, but regardless. Remember Halo Waypoint? Such good memories. Anyways, let's get into this. I figured I'm going to this just to be super quirky, and... oh. It comes with your Xbox? Yeah, but mine didn't. For some reason. Oh, that's loud. Forgot to turn the volume down. There we go. It's enough to drown out the Super Cicadas, and... I'm gonna soak it in for a brief moment. Classic Bungie. Yeah, admittedly, this was not my first Halo game. That was Halo 2. But I figured that I'd decide to go with this one mostly because, you know, one, to be quirky, and B, because I am sick and tired of 343's antics. So without further ado, let's get into this. Yeah, we're just going to be going normal mode this time because, yeah, just gonna be going on normal mode. If you lose save progress, it's fine. That's fine. I'm mostly going with this because, obviously, this was designed with the Dude controller in mind, and thus bumpers don't exist, so I'm going to have to get used to a more alien control scheme. Regardless, let's bump into this. Let's jump into this. Funnily enough, my experience with the Halo series I feel is a little bit backwards, because obviously my first was Halo 2, then eventually I moved on to playing Halo 3 and I think ODST before finally circling back to playing Combat Evolved because I noticed it was on the Xbox Live Marketplace. And it's one of those things where after playing this, I am still genuinely confused why I've decided to ever get Combat Evolved Anniversary. We'll get into that in a little bit because we got story time here. We got story time as the Pillar of Autumn has barely escaped the destruction of Reach. No idea how I managed to get down to the plant in the first place in order to pick up something from Noble Team, but that's another story. That's another story which may or may not be canonical. May just be me, but I feel as though the sort of darker nature of how this looks always made this feel a lot more cozy to me. This felt to me like a very cozy game.
We were running dark, yes.
Until we decelerated.
With lighting that isn't
No one could miss the
broken.
hole we tore in subspace.
Subspace? You mean like some kind of
They
emissary?
were waiting for us on the far side of the planet.
So, where do we stand?
Our fighters are mopping up the last of their recon picket now, nothing serious. But I've isolated approach signatures for multiple CCS-class battle groups. Make it 3 capital ships per group. And in
Yeah, I
about
don't
90
think we're
seconds,
going to be
they'll
able to
all
keys
over us.
maneuver our way out of this one, Captain.
Well, that's it then. Bring the ship back up to combat alert alpha.
Totally weave into a spot. No, that's the wrong one.
Sir?
And Cortana.
That's World of Light.
Let's give our old friend a warm welcome.
I've already begun.
Attention, all combat personnel. Please report to your action station.
Oh, this really does get you in the mood, doesn't it? It really... It may just be the fact that I am playing this on my 360. You really do get this sense of... I really am playing history here, you know, when you can see it. It's like I'm actually playing a vidoc. Let's see...
You heard the lady. Move like you got a purpose.
This stuff's your history. As we listen to the legend himself.
Once again, it is our
Obviously, I haven't really seen anything with regards to Campaign Evolved outside of a little bit of gameplay with regards to Truth and Wreck, but aside from that, just
toss them away, laughing. Am I right, Marine?
he really is a legend, though, isn't he?
Damn right I am.
To think that he's been fighting this ever since the start of the Human Covenant War back on Harvest. I mean, obviously, a lot of that time was in cryosleep, but
All you greenhorns who wanted to see Covenant up close, this is gonna be your lucky day.
hoorah!
Sir?
Now all I have to do is place the Chaos Emerald into this console. The password is Maria. And there he is, the last spawning, except not really. I do definitely appreciate, at the very least, with regards to the lore with the books and whatnot. Is like, Chief isn't technically the last Spartan, but in terms of combat effectiveness in the Covenant War, he basically is. Here we are, Reveille.
Sorry for the quick thaw, Master Chief.
Yeah, this is definitely going to take a lot of getting used to. This feels so much more stiff compared to MCC.
Welcome back, sir. We'll have you back.
Which I suppose sort of checks out. Ooh, self-diagnostic
Please look around the
software.
room. I need to get a calibration reading for your battlesuit's diagnostics. Good. Thank you, sir.
I'm bringing your health monitors online, sir.
Oh, yeah, this also means since I'm playing this on normal, we're going to have to go for the arbitrary
Vital
tutorial.
signs
So
look
at the very
normal.
least, that will give us an opportunity to
Okay, sir. Go ahead and climb out of the cryo tube.
integrate ourselves to the controls. So let's see. Okay, so I put jump on left trigger because I'm used. I am admittedly a bit of a bumper jumper man myself, so this is the closest I could get. Just putting jump on left trigger, which I know is kind of heretical because that's normally what you use for aiming or grenades or
I
whatnot.
know the ordnance techs usually take care of your targeting sensors.
They got
but
him
we're
out of
short
the
time,
solder.
Chief. Just look at each of the flashing panels to target them. When you lock on, it'll change color.
Yeah, this feels a lot
Okay,
more
that
stiff
looks
than
good.
what I'm used to, so it's gonna be interesting getting in. They took the MEMS to Chief out of the sword. Okay, so, right bumper is flashlight. Oh no, I have to. Who the hell in their right mind actually plays with inverted controls, I must ask? Like, who
Okay. Try looking up and down again, please.
who thinks, like, yes, leave it like that, please. I want it to be normal. I want to be a normal boy. Even though I don't look like a normal boy. Yes, I know about picture version. Also, very nice of them to still have these text boxes there. You won't see those in MCC anytime soon.
Report to defensive positions Alpha through Sierra. Sensors show inbound Covenant
People who play
force
flight.
attack. Stand by to repel
I mean, I suppose that checks out, but again, it just feels super alien to me. Like, it makes sense for flying, but aside from that, no.
Okay, bring his energy shields online, please.
Let's get on with it. We want to get to the shooting of the Covenant.
All right. Shields read as fully charged.
I am curious in regards to Campaign Evolved, actually, since this is being Missing a defriend Neumann isn't normal. Hush. Yeah, curious as to whether they, in Campaign Evolved, the shield charging is as slow as it is here, just for consistency's sake, because that's sort of the main difference between the Mark V and Mark VI. The fact that the energy shields charge faster. I mean, I'm sure there's a fair few differences, like the fact that, that it's essentially, that the Mark VI is essentially hollow, but aside from that, it's just... It's interesting, really. Oh yeah, an interesting little tidbit with regards to, Dear Sam here, as we watch. This is something I do remember from the book, where it's a lot more detailed with regards to his death, where it's like, oh, he's trying to reach out for a bloodstained photo of his wife, just look on it one last time, only for an elite to turn his, basically liquidate his entire being with plasma bolts. Well, the weird thing about the Halo of the Flood is that it's a lot more grisly than I would have initially anticipated. I mean, I know that this is like the most gritty of all the Halo games, but it's some which I always find quite odd. Also, jump scare. That noise ain't right. And don't bump right into me, Matt. Don't bump right into me. I gotta move. Gotta get used to this alien control scheme right here. Cavalry has arrived.
Sir, the captain needs you on the bridge ASAP.
Oh, he actually moves out of the way, huh? You don't see that in the MCZ version. Interesting. I'm wondering if that's sort of a quirk of the PC port, really. It's a quirk of Gearbox and completely butchering this game. Which again is why I'm playing this version instead. Oh, you can actually kind of read these. Let's see. For sale, Chicago office, Marine scooters are for squirt, no scooters on decks. This is back in the 2000s where scooters were considered uncool, unlike nowadays. Lost Cat, Calico Cat. I'd like that in Anniversary, or at least they sort of follow up on this, saying, we found a cat. Also, I was led to assume we weren't allowed animals on these ships, you know, given what happened with the Oregon. You know, just, a bunch of rabbits got into the spicy herring in here, and all of a sudden the ship was flying backwards. Interesting lighting choice, just having everything super dark. I mean, it is cozy, but must not be that easy on the eyes. I mean, then again, this is back when computer monitors looked like this, as opposed to constantly flashbanging you with all our LCD screens and whatnot. Anyways, we found our keys. Captain Car Keys.
Good to see you, Master Chief. Things aren't going well. Cortana did her best, but we never really had a chance.
A dozen Covenant superior battleships against a single Halcyon-class cruiser.
It is quite interesting, really, because obviously one major detail when it came to the Human Covenant War is the fact that, mostly due to the Spartans, humanity had the advantage when it came to ground combat. The unfortunate thing is that most of the battles were settled in space where they were vastly outgunned and outnumbered. Most of the ships basically got torn through like tissue paper by plasma torpedoes.
I'm initiating Cold Protocol Article 2. We're abandoning the office.
Really makes it interesting the fact that they didn't just turn the Ottoman into molten... I mean,
In a matter of speed.
I suppose it was accounted for in the book, in the fact that due to the ship's superstructure was basically indestructible, the book said. Something to that effect.
Your concern, Cortana, but it's not up to me. The protocol is clear.
I do appreciate that in the book they actually give an excuse as to why they don't just completely turn the Ottoman to molten slag, though. As to not sully the ring.
Upload them to my neural lace.
Only to end up sullying the ring anyway when the humans escape. Nice A pose.
Which is where you come in, Chief. Get Cortana off this ship. Keep her safe from the enemy. If they capture her, they'll learn everything. Force deployment, weapons research.
EARF.
I understand.
Yeah, just keep things nice and simple, so... do appreciate that they get straight to the point here.
I'd suggest letting my subroutines handle the final approach.
Excellent work, Cortana. Thank you. Are you ready?
I don't know what it is, but just playing this via composite cables, something about it just makes this whole thing seem a lot more, authentic to me. Maybe it's just me being an old head and really sort of appreciating this sort of thing. It's like, you don't get this sort of, movie graininess with HD TVs. It's like this wasn't made to be viewed on an HD screen.
The architecture isn't much different from the Autumn's.
Don't get any funny ideas.
What funny ideas would Cortana have, I wonder? Messing around with Chief's head.
Son, you'll have to find ammo as you go.
Implying that Cortana could potentially just take over Chief's suit and fight the Covenant for him, just like in the show. I'm fairly sure I'm gonna mention the show offhand here and there, just with how bad it is. Anyways, it's time for gunplay with the infamous pistol. Okay, right trigger to fire the weapon. Zoom is on left trigger. Mostly gonna be relying on aim assist here. You know, the funny thing with regards to the pistol, everybody always assumes it to be the sort of god-tier weapon. That's mostly just because of multiplayer. In campaign, it's a fair bit more balanced, mostly just because it sucks against elites. It doesn't really do much against shields, and elites at least try to dodge your shots. So it's like you actually have to use your weapons in order to more effectively combat elites. Anyways, let's get into this in all its 30 FPS glory. Look at this. Look at this chugging. This was how Halo was meant to be played. Also, yes, I will be... It may just be with how often I played Combat Evolved. I basically have the pocket reload down to muscle memory, so expect to see a lot of that. That's definitely something I will likely miss if I ever play Campaign Evolved, which I'm not sure whether I'm gonna stream it, mostly because since it's an Unreal game, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to stream without my PC exploding. Because that is always an issue with regards to Unreal games, I've noticed. My CPU starts having a panic attack. Yes, I know how to play the VTuber. Let's swap to the plasma rifle, actually. I want to try and use the assault rifle a little bit more often, because it is supposed to be Chief's canonical go-to weapon. Even if it's not exactly the best. I mean, it's fine for mowing down grunts, but that's really about it. I have to remember that melee is on B button. I mean, I suppose this is more in keeping with how I used to play this as a kid, with the recon setup with jump on the A button, but I can just not do that anymore. So you should stream it. The little things considered, the specs for it aren't crazy. I'll consider it. I'll consider it. Anyways. I feel as though I know this level now like the back of my hand. And I know that you're supposed to really feather the trigger on this in order to get the most out of it at range. I mean, I also know for a fact that the plasma rifle isn't really worth using compared to the plasma pistol, but I like using it.
They're using our lifeboat airlocks to attach their boarding craft.
We go out and they come in. Clever bastards. Again, this is one of those games where a lot of the lines are just ingrained in my skull. So you may have to bear with me with that. Anyways, come over here, you. I'm gonna punch... I know I want to punch you in the nose. I imagine grenades are gonna be a fair bit of an issue, just trying to slide over and hit... Because grenades are on A button for me. So that's gonna be interesting. Anyways, Okay, so free stick controller actually benefits the plasma pistol more. Like, you can really just spam it, and that's yeah, plasma pistol is basically the best weapon in the game. Like, look at this! Look at this! You can absolutely just melt enemies with that. Like, there really is no reason to use the plasma rifle, unfortunately, which is a shame because I always liked the plasma rifle from Halo 2 and mostly Halo 3. It's gonna be interesting going back to Halo 2, actually, because of the original trilogy, I sort of feel it's my least favorite. I know it's basically the least polished, but aside from that, I have a lot of fondness for 1 and 3 Ascent. basically all the ones which have more of an emphasis on single player, really. So this, ODST, Halo 3, a little bit of Reach, but that's a little bit more, I have a lot of complex thoughts when it comes to Reach, honestly. Especially after, listening to Fall of Reach, and it's like, I can see what they mean when people are, adamant about Halo Reach not being canonical to the series. Look at that chug! It's like you can barely tell what's going on the screen. Can you not? More like in the red one from Halo 2? Oh, the Brute Plasma Rifle. I'm fairly certain that was mostly there because, the SMG wasn't available in the later High Charity levels. So it's like, here we have this thing which basically acts like an SMG with regards to damage output. I mean, for the most part, it was essentially better than the normal plasma rifle, but of course that was before the Spiker was invented. Which is funny because, of course, it was in Contact Harvest. It's gonna be interesting going into Halo 2, the Halo 2 remake, and just seeing all of the brute weapons that should have been there, like the Spiker and the Mauler, maybe.
On the landing above us.
I mean, assuming they are gonna remake Halo 2. I think I already mentioned this, previously in a Xenoblade stream. It is definitely gonna be interesting seeing what direction they end up taking with regards to, Halo nowadays, because my thought on how, basically how to fix Halo. Essentially just, get rid of all the Frankie O'Connor fanfiction additions to the lore made, basically in the wake of Halo 4. Basically just, it may just be me being a bit of a Bungie purist with this regard, but I would rather just, the series revert to, story-wise, just to all the stuff that, was done under Bungie's tenure, so essentially just, there's only 6 Halo games and 6-ish Halo books. So that's, you know, Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, ODST, Reach, and Halo Wars. I feel Halo Wars, at the very least, doesn't really conflict with anything major, so keep that. You know, I say purist, but I wouldn't mind them keeping a fair bit of the stuff that isn't, majorly impactful and retconning on the lore, if that makes any sense. In that regard, I suppose stuff like Halo, Legends, and Evolution sort of sits in a weird spot for me, because they were made in that sort of transitionary period between V4 and Bungie. So it's like, some of it makes sense for it to be canonical, and some that doesn't. Like, I imagine that a lot of people consider something like the package canonical. Or, you know, at the very least, something that should be kept within canon because of how cool it was. That's and maybe Prototype. I do kind of like Homecoming, though, as well, so maybe had that in as well. I imagine a lot of people would be miffed if something like the Mona Lisa was removed from canon, because, you know, it's like, ooh, we got actual horror story in Halo, so, which everybody actually likes, so it's gonna be interesting seeing what they keep from the 343 lore, honestly, because I know that then there is some stuff which they aren't allowed to keep, mostly because I'm fairly certain you mentioned this, Vel, the fact that they basically just can't use the Endless anymore. You know, they filed like the copyright to use the Endless, only to basically do nothing with it, and then they sort of ran out on the copyright for it. Again, it just feels like classic 343 ineptitude, which is sort of why I've been hesitant, to say the least, to give Halo Studios a chance, because from what I've heard with regards to Halo Studios, it really just sort of feels more like they just crossed out 343 Industries and wrote on Halo Studios and hoped nobody would notice. Could be wrong in that regard. I'm just thinking, imagine seeing multiplayer gameplay with this sort of setup. It's the sort of thing that will really just sort of teleport you back to the 2000s. It's like, wow, I really am just playing an actual Bungie Vidoc. Which I suppose is kind of the point, really. Honestly, I kind of want to stream the rest of the Halo games like this. I know I streamed ODST on the channel on YouTube previously. Maybe do that one again.
It looks like the Covenant wanted to catch you napping.
Ah, they don't initially shoot at you. Okay, they do shoot at you. This is bulletproof glass. There's no way in. Alright, now here we go with a pro gamer move. Watch this. That's what... Now you can see just how overpowered the plasma pistol is, with the fact that it literally is a homing shot. That looks like a homing shot! Oh, so much chug. I don't know, just something about playing this in basically CRT mode really brings to mind Half-Life 1 for me for whatever reason. I mean, I know that's a game I'm probably gonna have to play eventually. I did try out a little bit of it. Mostly remember getting jump scared by head crabs in vents. So that was fun. I think this is the way we're supposed to go. So they decided not to renew the pattern of Halo, and it's likely to just move on to something, a soft reboot of the series. Currently, there's a guy who bought us in the MCC from broken instead. Recently, the Halo 5 got... I mean, that's good to know, but then again, that's just stating facts. Halo 5 was a mistake. So it's gonna be interesting to see whether that gets retconned or not. Again, I would be more than happy if they just, retcon the Reclaimer trilogy out of this. It's gonna be weird, really. The prospect that of Halo Studios effectively doing with Halo what Lucasfilm should have done with Star Wars circa 2019, just saying that the sequel trilogy was a mistake and just moving on and pretending like it never happened.
The damage to the superstructure is extensive. I don't know how much more abuse the Autumn can
So yeah, it turns out the Autumn wasn't nearly as indestructible as they said, huh? Interesting to note. There we go, we finally get grenades. Just gonna casually just spam the ape. Oh no! Yeah, I forgot that the grenades have collision physics with ragdolls. Like, look at that. Gonna have to angle my camera manually in order to set off these grenades. Oh, there we go.
quickly get aboard before it launches.
Oh, that was fairly smooth.
Now would be a very good time to leave.
I would say maybe this would be a good point to change to heroic, but honestly, given the later levels, probably ill-advised, especially with how I've been playing so far. So it turns out that they were unsuccessful with regards to ensuring humanity doesn't unsully the Halo ring. Prophet of Stewardship, at least I'm fairly certain it was the Prophet of Stewardship on the, on Arbiter's flagship in this. Because, yeah, Arbiter was here. He was leading the fleet against us. He was leading the fleets of...
I knew it. The Autumn's accelerating. Keys is going in manual.
Oh, that Keys. That's... You can tell that's the guy who came up with the Keys maneuver. You know, there's one thing that I definitely do appreciate about the Fall of Reach, honestly. Just their attempt of making Keys equally as badass with regards to him taking on essentially 4 Covenant ships at once with like a tiny destroyer and surviving basically just by playing the galaxy's biggest game of chicken. We're gonna make it always hand on shoulder. No. I am about to recreate a cinder block in a washing machine. Watch me go! Because I'm fairly certain that's canonically what happens here. At least that was the case in SPV3, I'm sure. Just on impact, she just got thrown about the entirety of the escape pod like a cinder block in a washing machine and basically crushed everybody's bones. Let's do the brick in the garbage disposal.
Chief? Chief, can you hear me? At last! Are you alright? Can you move? The others. The impact.
You crushed them with your half-ton suit of armor, Chief. I hope you're proud of yourself. Anyways, here it is. Isn't it magnificent, everybody? The sheer scale of this ring. Isn't it beautiful? I will definitely say, I definitely do miss this sort of aesthetic in media. Just with the water and all the purple. It just feels so unique.
If we're lucky, the Covenant will believe
Heard
that
that the
everyone
floodlight
aboard this
motif
lifeboat
urged you
died
coming in
for
nice foreshadowing. Interesting. Really makes you think.
Alert! Covenant dropship inbound. They must be looking for survivors. I recommend immediate...
Alright, let's see if I can down one of these banshees. Does that feel sort of, traditional at this point? For you to use your pistol to, Jeez, you can't even see him without blurring it. Anyways, you know, doing this sort of reminds me of, the 89 Batman movie, where Joker just takes out that really long revolver to shoot down the Batwing. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Joker, we're doing... Joker, there's the wrong movie, Joker. You're making the wrong reference, Joker, no! I don't care. I'm an agent of chaos, Batman. I'll do whatever I want. Midna. No, Joker, no. I should probably stream Arkham Asylum at some point. I mean, I haven't played it, but I feel it's sort of one which is, long overdue. Anyways, let me see if I can just beam these grunts over here. These grunts that I can barely see. Interesting that they made the Covenant specifically so that they're easy to spot, and yet, despite everything, look at this. I suppose with how grainy this is, it does look a little bit more, natural. Fully see what Caminaville's version of Halo looks like, but this aesthetic is just Chef's Kiss. Yes, it was so much Chef's Kiss to the point that this basically just became the entire aesthetic for Halo Infinite. This basically just became the Halo equivalent of Green Hill Zone. Look at all those alpine trees. Look at that. And fairly certain over in the distance there you can see Timberland.
I'm reading a lifeboat beacon over the
And you
next
can
hill.
definitely see why
Should
people
check
are so
to see
fond
if
of
there are
this.
any
And, I mean,
survivors.
especially after playing Lemuria, which is basically nothing but this. Nothing but this aesthetic with, you know, massive large-scale battles and Linkin Park for whatever reason. Like, you can tell that they really wanted to emulate that one scene from Halo 2, but for some reason they're just like, you know what this scene with where you have a sniper rifle needs? Linkin Park. And they still managed to fluff it? Yeah. You can see how grubby all these forerunner structures look. It's almost as though they've been around for 100,000 years.
We're scattered all over this valley.
Howdy, Johnson.
Alpha evac, but until you
Funny
show
that we
up,
keep bumping
no
into each other. I'm fairly certain you're on Space Station Gamma, I think it was. I can't remember the name of that one space station they were on at the end of Fall of Reach. You know, the one where Linda got hit with a plasma bolt and nearly died, and James basically got sent into the screaming void when his thruster pack got hit. Basically turned into Georgia. And of course nobody knows what happened to Georgia because they never found him. Alright, time for the worst throw ever of all time. I will admit, I do have a lot of fond memories of Halo, man. Mostly just with regards to outside material like Machinimus and whatnot, you know, Arby and the Chief, and Red vs. Blue. Fairly certain there was a few other ones, those are sort of the main one. Rise of the Spartans, which was a little bit later. Come on over here. I know, but I want to punch you in the nose.
Look sharp! Covenant dropship on approach! I could use some help over here!
Yeah, just give me a sec. I need to just apply my first aid kit.
More of
That's a curious question, though, because obviously I haven't really seen much of Campaign Evolved, because I wasn't initially really interested, but apparently people are saying it's kind of good. Does Campaign Evolved actually have health packs? I am curious. Also would be quite curious if it turns out that they brought back health packs for Halo 2 and Halo 3 remakes. That's something I'd definitely be interested in seeing, just to make it feel a fair bit different. Okay, so right bumper is switching grenade types. Let's see if I can stick it. When I am able, when I can only throw using the A button, meaning I have to take my my thumb off the stick. Okay, so skulls are, I'm guessing, more so gameplay modifiers as opposed to strictly difficulty modifiers. Interesting choice. And I know a lot of the skulls in Master Chief Collection were more sort of fun stuff, like, hey, you can have a funny guitar noise whenever you punch before a bit of regret in the head. You know, just funny stuff like that, or, you know, just adding entirely separate game mechanics, like having hunters enrage whenever you kill their bond brother, which I'm kind of surprised isn't a thing normally. I think maybe it is in the later games. I'm not certain. Or, you know, just making brutes so angry they explode. That's also pretty funny. So they had a whole bunch of new ones plus existing gameplay. Right, right. So I'm guessing that's more so the way of customizing the experience. Again, though, the fact that they made the experience of Campaign Evolved so customizable sort of seems reminiscent of Sonic Frontiers to me, where it's like, we're not confident enough in our game design, so here we'll just allow you to design the game to however you want it to be. You know, just sort of not really that much confidence in any sort of cohesive vision in their project. I mean, at least that's how it was in Frontiers. Not sure if that's necessarily the case in Campaign Evolved. I do gotta wonder, though, did anybody on the design team for Campaign Evolved ever sit down and play the original Combat Evolved on Xbox? Or do you think they mostly just stuck to the MCC version with all its broken visual effects? I mean, yeah, it's also 60 FPS, but at what cost, you know? So satisfying to just mow those jackals down. It's like, I hate you, coward! Oh, I see. Well, that's nice at the very least. Anyways, it's time we finally get the car. Now that is just a visual and a half, even if it is just a cool JPEG. Like, this is just one of the most iconic visuals in gaming, isn't it?
Look, more lifeboats.
Here we go.
Fast. If those lifeboats make it down, they'll be right on top of
I feel so immersed right now. Look at this. Alright. I will admit, first trying out the Halo 1 Warthog, it always felt so strange to me with how heavy it seemed compared to... Well, the one I'm mostly used to is the one from... Oh, there we go. Yeah, the Warthog I'm mostly used to is the one from Halo 3, so... This took a fair bit of getting used to. Alright, away we go. Look at this. This one actually looks like it's made of metal, as opposed to plastic. Anyways, away we go! Over the barren hills. It's so weird not seeing the wildlife here. Again, I'm a little bit too used to the rebalance mod for this, which adds a fair bit of encounter overhauls. Anyways.
This cave is not a natural formation. Someone built it, so it must lead somewhere.
Slow down. You're losing me. I mean, I get that originally in the script this was supposed to be more sort of, actually cave-like. Still find it funny though that they just kept that in. When Cortana's supposed to be like, super advanced AI and the final hope for humanity according to Halo Reach, and she's here just, struggling to determine whether caves are natural formations or not. It's like, this is a very strange looking metal cave. Yeah, I know everybody's sort of memed on that a lot, but doesn't stop it from being funny, you know? Also, yeah, I remember, this is a whole lot darker than I remember in MCZ. Look at this. It's like it's actually dark and oppressive. It's like you actually have to use your flashlight here.
Here comes more.
Morning. Sounds so happy. And then again, with all the horrors the Covenant probably subjected them to on stuff like Sigma Octanus and Reach. Can't say I blame them. Get over here, you. Again, just spamming the plasma pistol in this is just super fun. They really knew what they were doing when they designed the 360 controller, I tell you what. I think it was up here. Oh, you snuck out from behind the thing, you fool! Right into the waiting arms of my plasma fire. Interesting that they use this particular music track here. Anyways, it's time for magic to happen. Wonder how many viaducts have had this particular cutscene in them. Apparently, according to the book, Chief is able to operate this 700,000-year-old technology like it's second nature. It's like, even before Halo 3 confirmed it, they got the basic idea that humans were descended / created by Forerunners. Yeah, I do. It is quite eerie when you're in these sort of dark hallways with the silence just falling. It just feels so eerie. I mean, I know a lot of people would probably say that Combat Evolved especially is a huge sort of user of liminal space. I suppose that's probably a little bit why I find it a little bit more comfy. But still, the darkness here feels a lot more oppressive compared to MCCM. Also curious as to whether or not Campaign Evolved ever gets this dark. It's like you can tell with how dark it is. This place has just been sleeping for millennia. Interesting, because every time you run into the Covenant areas like this, it seems to be struggling to open some of these structures up. Really makes you think, don't it? It's like they had this idea basically since the start.
We have a chance to coordinate an effective resistance.
I'm gonna be curious as well with regards to the new direction Halo Studios is going, whether they're just going to reassert that little plot detail. I mean, assuming, of course, they end up decanonizing the Reclaimer trilogy, which they should. You know, make it so Rookie doesn't end up getting killed by Mickey. You know, just try and patch up that old wound. Mr. Boys. Okay, I think now it's time we get the sniper rifle, which is going to be interesting to use on this controller. It's time for Church Simulator, everybody. It is interesting. You'd think there'd be bodies here, but for some reason there aren't. Makes you wonder what they did with the bodies. Anyways, night vision, we're not gonna need that here. Looks like, Discord light feed. I think we'll just do this normal way I do, so, this way first. Right this way. Yeah, it may just be, where the way I'm playing this, but this feels super liminal, doesn't it? Again, just the sense that,
Survivors detected.
well, a lot of this whole
Marines
thing
are
is off,
concealed in
but,
those rocks.
I mean, outside of the whole, you know, giant ring in the sky and the fact we're on an alien planet. It probably is just the lack of wildlife, though, isn't it? Just, I know that was originally planned for, Combat Evolved, but, I don't know, the fact that it got cut, it's one of those things where I kind of would be curious if it was, added back in with Campaign Evolved, stuff like the Thorn Beast. That would be pretty neat, but generally speaking, just sort of, adds this sort of extra sense to this place, and the fact that something about it really feels off. Anyways, it's time to fail miserably with the sniper rifle. I hope you're ready for some of the worst sharpshooting you've ever seen in a video game. I hope you're ready. It's gonna suck. I think I want to go over here for this. I don't love that sound design. Alright. I actually got one. I don't think the debris in the Warthog generators here. I wouldn't be surprised, in all honesty, given a lot of the bungling the gearbox board did to the original thing, which is, again, partially why I decided to go with this one. You didn't see that. Yeah, I generally like to come up here when it comes to this area. Just nice little vantage points. It's also occurred to me the fact that I've been playing mostly PS2 and Xbox games on this channel. This just simply will not do. I'm gonna have to fix this at some point with some more GameCube games. I am open to suggestions for when I'm eventually done with the various games I am currently playing. Ocarina of Time sounds good right about now. You know, maybe sort of in the wake of when the remake comes out, that would be a good time. Because it has been a long time since I played Ocarina. Oh wait, that didn't actually kill him. He's not dead! I'm not sure whether peppering the assault rifle from this range is all that effective, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Anyways, I think there's one over here, isn't there? Just hiding in the rocks. Yeah, maybe I missed him. Oh, nope, he's still back here. Still back at where... You fiend. That's what you get. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, I feel the aim assist here is really doing all the heavy lifting for me, because this really is feeling stiff. Would say we're doing pretty well for ourselves, but again, this is normal, so not sure there's necessarily anything for me to necessarily be proud about here. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, you didn't play Ultra Kill and get all perfect ranks at every level, you may as well uninstall now. It's sort of the sense that I get from a lot of these, mostly FPSs. Which makes you wonder why I end up playing so much of them. Well, I say so much of them, I haven't necessarily played that many. Ultra Kill is too... Yeah, again, I'm fairly certain I mentioned this at some point, I think it's more sort of a recurring joke at this point, in that I don't have enough mental illness to play Ultra Kill. It's like, that's a very particular breed of human. I don't think Ultra Kill was made for regular humans.
We read you, Echo 419.
You know,
We have
humans that were
survivors
supposed
and
to be
need
dying
immediate
of
dust-off.
smallpox and
Roger, Cortana. On
hitting
my
each other
way.
with rocks.
I've spotted additional lifeboats in your area. One near the cliff edge.
Oh man, one of our
and
marines
another near
died.
the
That's
head of the river.
this is probably a bad parking space.
But it looks like there are more
Ah
survivors.
well, I'm not gonna be one of those ones which resets every time a marine dies, otherwise we will be here forever. Just going to try and mose him up. Look at this with the power of Skyrim. The original Skyrim horse will be able to go anywhere. It's really sort of feeling like the canonical Chief Loader at this point, because I know a lot of people end up taking the pistol. I mean, pistol is definitely quite good, but I feel as though, especially when it comes to campaign, people really sort of overestimate its abilities. Because obviously it isn't the massive... I mean, yeah, it can one-shot unshielded targets. But it generally feels as though it's not the end-all be-all option like the battle rifle in the later games, you know what I mean? It's like, as we're seeing here, you can use other options. It's not like the game is going to actively punish you for not using the battle rifle. Seems like a good spot for a mounted machine gun. Now we just sit back and have a calm, relaxing game of duck hunt. I'm guessing this is more...
We've got wounded here.
I'll call in a dropship to pick them up.
Can I help you, sir? Please, I'm busy trying to play duck hunt. Anything else over here? Ah, perfect. Perfect. I am hoping at the very least you're actually able to see stuff on the stream at this point, because I can imagine a lot of people not being too fond of the CRT look. All good? Okay, all good. I'm glad. Again, just this feels oddly relaxing for a level, despite all of the violence. You know, you just got the nice sort of ambient sounds in the background. Just everything feels calm and serene, despite the pure violence you are partaking in. Any more behind that rock? I swear, some geometry in this game can feel like a clown car. There you go, church simulator for you right there. Fine, we'll just do this. We'll do this the hard way. We'll do this the hard way. So you could have made a clean kill, but you had to move around, so I had to turn you into Swiss cheese with my fragmentation. I mean, it may just be me being odd about it, but
Echo 419 to Cortana.
the game always calls them frag grenades, but they always seem more like high explosives to me. Like with fragmentation, I more sort of expect something more akin to the spike grenade, where you get a little bit of a bang and then just multiple pellets just flying in every single direction, as opposed to just the big boom that you normally get. Again, so it's just one of those things that always seem weird to me. The fact that the frag grenades seem more like high explosives. Which, to be fair, would probably be more effective against shields. Slash vehicles, if naval combat in this universe is anywhere to go by, because that's sort of one of the more interesting things, especially with regards to the Keys maneuver above Sigma Octantis. Essentially, nuclear weapons because they do use nukes all the time in naval combat.
I picked up reports that the Covenant has
They
located and
basically
secured
just
the
end
Pillar
up
of
using
Autumn's
them
crash
to
pad.
deplete
The good news is
the
the
Covenant
captain's
ship's
still alive.
shields, so they can just
The bad news is
dome
the
them with
Covenant has
railgun
captured
fire.
the
Again,
entire
it is funny that essentially naval combat in the Halo universe works basically the same as fighting
Let's
elites
hurry and find
normally.
the lifeboat so we can link up with
You know,
the
it's
rest
just
of
a
the
matter of
survivors.
depleting the shields and shooting
Maybe
them with
they
a
took
precision
cover in that
weapon.
structure. Let's check
Or,
it
you know,
out.
just using a high caliber sniper rifle. That also works. I suppose that's also an interesting thing with regards to the rail cannons on the Pillar of Autumn, because I'm fairly certain it ended up getting retrofitted prior to the invasion of Reach for Operation Red Flag. And that it essentially has 2 rail cannons, which are both burst fire. So it's like the Pillar of Autumn somehow got a battle rifle before Master Chief. In a weird roundabout way. It's funny to think about. The fact that the Pillar of Autumn was the only thing in this game to have a burst fire weapon. Yeah, I have a lot of fond memories with regards to running around this area as well. Mostly in Halo Reach, weirdly enough. Because obviously because of that one firefight map based around this area. Quite an interesting choice, if I do say so myself, as opposed to that one holdout area at the start of the level. Or, you know, the underground area. Just, I suppose in terms of areas they could have picked, this one seemed rather sensible. You know, because there's still a fair bit of room for you to zoom about on a Warthog, and you got a holdout area in the central structure. Unfortunately, there's no lower level, because obviously spark still goes off. Look at this chugging! When I say that, I'm fairly certain this is mostly accurate to how this game performed on the original Xbox.
The interior of those structures before we leave.
Again, standards for the time were vastly different compared to now. Where nobody plays the game unless it's like 60 seconds long, has microtransactions, and is basically a ADHD bait. It's gonna be a miracle if I end up sticking anything in this game. Oh! I can use these to flush you out, just... Oh, that got him. Also interested to note is that I'm fairly certain in the novels, the assault rifle uses armor-piercing rounds. Unless they specifically say shorter rounds. I remember watching a VoD where they almost didn't ship multiplayer because it was yeah. I guess in a weird way, that's Halo Studios' way of referencing Bungie's original vision by just not having multiplayer at all. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm fairly certain Halo 1's multiplayer was mostly handled by one guy. I mean, obviously this is back... Oh. Sorry, mate.
We should secure the area before the dropship arrives.
It really makes you think. Just, game studios back then were just built differently. The fact that you could just have, like, a dozen talented people just crank out some of the most incredible games imaginable. I suppose it's not too different nowadays with regards to the indie scene.
New traffic on the Covenant.
And then again, how many people are working on Deltarune nowadays? I'm reckoning it's a fair bit.
Truth and reconciliation. A ship I disabled before we abandoned the Autumn.
You gonna join me, fella? You gonna join me, fella? Or just gonna
Touchdown on a desert plateau
okay, there you go.
300 kilometers upspin.
Nice that he finally managed to, they actually managed to survive the whole trip. With me playing bumper cars with the geometry. Man, look at those water effects. Really takes you back to Lemuria. Alright, it's time for you to get in the tub. Time for you to get in the tug.
Get aboard and let's get out of here.
Welcome aboard, Master Chief. Ready for dust off.
Yeah, just give it a second. I'm waiting for all these mooks to roll in. Only one survived. That's concerning. Also, very cool JPEG with the clouds here. I don't think you necessarily get how the clouds look with just sort of dark horizon over there in MCC or Campaign Evolved. Oh, we got another one. Oh, there we go. Just took them a little bit of a second. That's it. All aboard.
We should move out, Lieutenant, and then we'll need your help on a rescue mission.
But before that, we need to go back to Alpha Base so Master Chief can have a shower. That is in the book, by the way, or at least it was at one point. He had his shower, and then he had some rations before getting grilled out by Lieutenant Silver. I think it was Lieutenant, head of the ODSTs on the Pillar of Autumn, because apparently ODSTs were on the Pillar of Autumn. Basically getting grilled out by ODST leader Silver for the fact that he thinks that the Spartans are all freaks.
The enemy has captured Captain Keyes and are holding him aboard.
Grill him out whilst Chief wasn't in his armor, actually, so everybody got to have a look at it, how pasty he looked with after being in the armor for so long.
So how do we get inside the ship if it's in the air? The Corps issued me a rifle, not wings.
Again, there's so many iconic lines in this game, it's unreal. Anyways, it's time for me to suck at sniping some more.
Once we get inside the ship, I should be able to lock on to the tracking signal from Captain Key's neural implants.
There we go, now night vision actually has a purpose.
Marines, go, go, go! The Corps ain't paying us by the hour.
Stick to the higher ground to the right.
Duh.
We should be able to recon the
Yeah, it's like, here you actually have a reason to use the night vision.
I've detected Covenant stationary guns near the next
Also, I
path.
find it funny
I
that
recommend using your
they
sniper
originally
rifle
were
to
planned
take
to
out
have
the guns
silence
while I call
weapons,
for
but
Marine support.
when cutting back, they just made it so the sniper rifle's noise isn't picked up by the AI at all, even though it's very distinct.
Covenant as he can. Don't open fire until you hear the enemy return fire on us. That should let us keep the element of surprise.
I'm fairly certain this encounter isn't broken anymore here. The fact that you can actually deal with all the enemies here without alerting the guards. They just feel like, what the... Why is everybody falling down? Why is everybody gone to sleep whilst I'm bathing in, what is that, Mountain Dew? I'm fairly certain there's some American drink, which is that sort of radioactive glowing blue color. I wouldn't be surprised at the very least. Gamer fuel! Poor fella didn't have a chance to see it coming. Let's see, any more that I missed? Again, from what I recall, there's like usually one hiding in the corners here. Whatever. I think that's most of them cleared out at the very least. I think it only I'm looking at a rock. That's how you can tell it's uber dark here. I think I cleared everybody out. Let me just have a little peek in the corner. There's usually one hiding in the corner. Afraid. Oh, there is... I think he's right over there. Either that or Free and Forpins have come in. Well, so much for the stealth gameplay. Going loud. Assuming I can actually see anything.
Alert! A Covenant is making a run for that stationary gun. Take him out.
Yes, that particular Covenant there. You see that one with the orange lamp on him? Best level ever. You have a lot of funness with this level. But then again, the front half of Combat Evolved is where all the good levels are, basically. Bricks. And there it is, good old threshold.
Motion tracker shows movement around the next bend.
Again, I just love how half of the ring is just suspended in shadow like that, and there's just like, oh, there's the sun.
Hey, we did it!
And now we starts up one of my favorite tracks in the whole series. I don't know about you, but I love Under Cover of Night. Just has a little sort of mix of everything. It can have a sort of tendency to it, but also just really sort of fits the mood of just sort of night mission essentially. But then again, my biggest memory with regards to the soundtrack is, weirdly enough, Homecoming, Halo Legends. Just that some stark visual of Daisy pulling out a pistol to blow the brains off of her clone. Because yes, there are clones in this universe. You'd think that they use the clones as a clone army, but unfortunately clones don't last that long. Because I'm fairly certain otherwise we would have just gotten clone troopers versus aliens. It would have just been the Clone Wars. Come back to the facility, 23. Come home. Yeah, just I'm seeing this level in the dark. It just hits just right, doesn't it? That's it. Just hold still, you devil. I'm gonna stay here until your head lines up with my crosshairs. I hope you understand this. There we go. I can just wait here for him. So, how's your week been going? I finally set up my my new mic arm, so I now essentially have a more robust looking train thing. You know, it's a Ratchet gear one recommended to me by Val. It's quite nice, even if it is a lot more bulky than I'm used to. It's gonna be interesting seeing how it fits in once I get the new mic set up.
The chief has the left flank covered. Recommend you move up the middle.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were here. Another little interesting tidbit about this week. We found out that our burrow has a bit of a wasp's nest problem, just hiding in the roof. So there was I think it was earlier this week, Monday, basically. You know, just had the window open, just trying to let some cool air in. I come in, I just see 3 wasps stuck in my room, just trying to get out from the window from whence they came. So that was fun. Like, 1 wasp is usually something I'm used to seeing, but 3 at once, that's concerning to say the least. Also, come on over here. Come on over here. Give me your plasma rifle. Oh wait, he has a needler. If I must... Oh, his needler disappeared. Oh, here's a needler. Worst weapon in the game. Let's go! The one instance where it actually worked. When the enemy refuses to move. I am surprised that this was deemed such a huge threat in the Human Covenant War. I mean, it is kind of barbaric, just throwing exploding rocks which stab into people and blow up. Definitely quite barbaric, but at the same time, with how effective it actually is in campaign, it's a miracle anybody actually died from one of those. I guess they were just used to standing still. Anyways, active camera time. I can use this to essentially bypass most of the game. Well, most of the game, not. Observe. Oh, I actually got a sticky. It really is incredible how you just can't see anything in this game. Oh. I don't think that necessarily counts. That was like the easiest stick in the world.
Requesting reinforcements at our position.
Again, stickies under active camo I'm not sure count. Just it's a handicap. Shame the campaign of old needle doesn't have this unique color. Yeah. I mean, considering I'm fairly certain they actually included a Combat Evolved accurate skin of the Needler in Infinite, I'm surprised they didn't just use that one, and it even came with a similar color scheme with the needles, which also have a blue tint to them. It's like you were right there, man. Oh no, they're all getting mulched by grunts of all things. I mean. What does it say when our best and brightest Marines and boys in green can't deal with grunts? It's a pretty damning indictment if I do say so myself. Open up your mouth and feed it! Don't you make me repeat it! Some more chicken, have some more pie! It doesn't matter if it's boiled or fried. You say that. What do you mean the darndest things? What I'm saying is completely normal. I mean, we've all heard of Weird Al Yankovic, haven't we? It's just some of that. Whoa, Nelly! Note to self, do not stand on the thing. Do not stand on the grav lift. Get over here, you. Love the feedback that the melee has in this game. Just, in fact, the original trilogy in general, you just walk up to someone and you just atomize their bones. Yeah, I kind of forgot this takes a little bit. Well, that went well. Alright, our first introduction to the hunters, I think. In your own time, game. Up. Here they come! Definitely quite the introduction, just the bodyguards of the ship. Assuming I could actually aim. Fairly certain this is easier with the pistol. There we go. Yeah, you can just one-shot them with the sniper rifle. Alright, let me just grab an assault rifle for pushing to the ship. Imagine being worms. You know, that's the interesting thing, really. The fact that Worms is canonical to the Haloverse. All right, we get some free and fourpence because it was bad at the game.
On the captain's command neural interface. He'll probably be in or near the ship's brig, which should narrow our search.
I played too badly and got Nickelodeon gack all over the grav lift. Yeah, drop zone's already cleared, Fohammer. Just hurry up and get him in here. Alright. It's a shame we didn't bring any ODSTs with us this time around, otherwise, this would be too easy. How am I supposed to do this inside a Covenant ship? I do find it funny that they just reference the fact that you have a sniper rifle in this level in ODST, just like... It's like, it is kind of funky that you bring a sniper rifle into a close quarters environment. I suppose it's time for me to use my sniper rifle as a shotgun now.
What? There's no covenant here. Think maybe nobody's home.
You just had to open your mouth. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, stealthily this time around. I think this is, arguably the first major... Oh, there's one. Got him eventually. Man, he absolutely just slaughtered my entire fire team. I would reset the game, but honestly, I think I should be fine. This is normal mode after all. I am the one Spartan army, one cyborg army, according to this game. It really is interesting the fact that some of the lore here just really conflicts with lore which is more so established in the later games. Like the fact that the Spartans in this are cyborgs. And I know that was most of the placeholder thing, surely, but it is interesting to think what could have been had we gotten sort of Bungie's original vision of the Spartans. With them just being cyborgs as opposed to augmented super soldiers. And I'm guessing the cyborg thing was mostly a enough reference to the Marine in Marathon. Because I know that a lot of this is just mostly Marathon references. You know, Cortana obviously being an offspring slash spin-off of Durandal. And the Flood arguably being a stand-in for the working Kakanturv, that sort of thing. It really is interesting going back and seeing all these various different parallels between Halo and Marathon. And how they just straight up disappeared as soon as Bungie left. Okay, no reason to go down that way because we don't have any Marines, so guess we're just going this way. I don't know, feels as though I'm oh, actually got a sticky. Like a real one, not a fake one. Oh yeah, I forgot to pick up the active camera. Do you mind, sir? I was gonna say, it's time for me to go back and pick up the active camo. Because I forgot to pick it up. Fairly certain it's around here somewhere. Other side of the room, got it. It's like, I'm starting to remember. I'm starting to, tap into the source. No one will see me like this. Mwah. Mwah. Really certain I can just do... Now I can do the funny. Just casually bullying the elites. This is supposed to be humanity's last hopes. Humanity is supposed to be dying, and here I am just casually trolling the enemy. Gotta love that narrative juxtaposition. So I think this is the only instance this particular track shows up, which is a shame, because it is quite a funky one. Also, you do gotta love the grunt just there, like, looking down at the plasma grenade like, ooh, is that a spider? Where did that come from? There we go, stock up. It's like I'm starting to get back into the swing of things. So damn it, is it dark in here. You gotta wonder how the Covenant are able to operate with lighting this dim. Come over, you. I am the only one here. You talking to me? Also, as a kid, this always seemed like the biggest tease to me. The fact that this place is just full of wraiths, and yet we're just unable to use them at all in this game. Humanity's last hope, but you couldn't pull me away from this angle. You just noticed that your airbags are activated. Deflate them. It's not. Quiet you. Quiet you. I'm in the midst of being mowed down by plasma fire. To think that Samuel died with these energy shields, and here I am just taking them for granted. Because that was a huge thing with regards to the fall of Reach. That being the fate of Samuel. Yes, if I'm led to believe that basically just right after they got the Mark IV armor, the planet they were on with where they were getting the armor got basically invaded by a Covenant ship. So they're like, oh, you know, we'll just board the ship, detonate it from the inside, as Spartans are led to do. Just, I guess that's just quite the annex of Chief's leadership skills. Just fluff it, we ball. Yeah, and yeah, sure, we'll just casually throw ourselves at a Covenant ship and hope that we land on it. Right in between the intervals when its energy shields are down. Yeah, sure, we'll just do it. And then somehow it'll work because Chief has ungodly lock skills. And it ended up working surprisingly well up until Samuel caught a straight plasma bolt, meaning that his suit was breached, meaning that he wouldn't be able to exfiltrate, so he had to stay behind and guard the bomb, as it were. Especially considering that Samuel was like Chief's closest friend back in Spartan training alongside Kelly. Like, you can sort of tell it's left a bit of a mark on him. That and all the other Spartans who died during their augmentations. It really speaks a lot about Chief and the fact that he ended up blaming himself for that. It's like, everybody died because of the augmentations. How could I have possibly avoided this? And then Halsey and the like are just very like, oh. Again, you have to forgive me. It's been a while since I've dusted up in Halo lore, so I may forget some names which aren't like immediately in the games. I'm trying to remember the one guy who trained the Spartans back in. Like, I know there was like Lieutenant Ackerson who funded the Spartan Furry program, which is something completely different. Oh, I never noticed that the turrets on these things switch from white to green like that. All these interesting details, which are just destroyed by Gearbox. Show me what you've got, Snake. I mean, I did basically say the assault rifle didn't really have that much in terms of utility, but I keep forgetting that the assault rifle essentially has the fastest melee animation in the game. You can just... I mean, I suppose the sniper rifle also has a fairly quick one as well, but especially compared to the pistol, which has like bad range and is slow. Just again, the pistol has a lot of drawbacks to it, which a lot of people don't really take into account. Like the pistol basically sucking when it comes to melee combat. I mean, unless you do double melee, but that's like an exploit. May as well showcase double melee. Yeah, the trick behind double melee is that you melee, then you throw a grenade, and that counts out your melee so you can immediately melee again. Love that synchronized roll. I'm guessing they taught that back in BASIC. Unfortunately, Chief doesn't have the ability to roll unless he gets a specific armor perk for that. An armor module. You need an entire module just to be able to dodge roll. Alright, hunter time again. Time for me to use my sniper rifle as a shotgun. Stay back, you fiend! That's one. Since Phil has a plague speaking nonsense, and all you're getting is oh, BXA. Yeah, I don't think BXA is necessarily a thing here because that involves reload canceling. I don't think there's necessarily any reload canceling in this unless you count essentially shortening the reload, which is most easy to do on the assault rifle. Where do you have a hunter go?
Got it.
Oh.
The door is open.
I guess you have a hunter got bored.
I can't guarantee that it won't lock again when it closes.
Alright, away we go. I will admit, stuff like those sort of button combos are one of those things which sort of always dissuaded me from playing Halo 2 a lot. Just a sense of, I suppose, funnily enough, when it comes to Halo 2, I always sort of saw it in a similar light to Melee, where there's just this extra demand for you to perform because of all these exploits and button combinations and whatnot. It's like, if you can't do double shots, it's essentially the same as not being able to wave dash in Melee, so you may as well just stop playing. You got some dust on your chest. That's fine, Wyvern. I can handle just fine. Oh. I suppose that's the neat thing about the Covenant ship in this game, is that the Covenant actually blend into it a fair bit, because it's like blue on blue. Elites here at the very least have some kind of advantage until I turn on night vision. I know, something about running through this with the assault rifle is really reminding me of the package right now. It's like all that's missing is the dual SMGs to inexplicably switch to. Could you imagine if Campaign of Old had dual wielding? That would be insane. And honestly, something that I would kind of love to see. I mean, I would happily see dual wielding in Campaign of Old over sprinting, I'll just say that much. Yeah, you can sort of tell my first game in the series was Halo 2. Can you stop bullying my Marines? You're all gonna die! Merry Christmas to all! How do you feel that remix version of this being so, pink by comparison? I mean, I get it with regards to them wanting stuff to be cohesive, alongside Halo 2 and, mostly Reach. Because I don't think there were necessarily many Covenant environments you went through in Halo 3's campaign. It was mostly sort of relegated to, multiplayer. You know, and that one scene where, Art asks some friends to glass the whole planet.
Don't get cocky now.
I don't know, I feel as though I'm doing kind of good with these stickies. I mean, again, normal, not anything to, really be proud of, but again. I'm not used to landing so many stickies. On Xbox, at the very least. Okay, nearly there. Nearly there. Just as the level starts to wear it as welcome, at long last we reach the end of the massive hang climb. Again, just trying to navigate this place normally must be a nightmare, because, this was a funny detail, like, from Contact Harvest. Elites can't climb ladders. I know that, supposedly they can because of Halo 3's co-op, but canonically, Elites cannot climb ladders. Which is funny because I'm fairly certain in Contact Harvest, the Brutes were basically just given the retrofitted, sort of downscaled, scrap ship to potter around in. And I suppose to sort of spite the Elite, they, replaced all the grav lifts with ladders. So that the Elites wouldn't be able to climb up and down them. Because obviously, they're digigrade, as opposed to, yeah, with the legs of the elite, they cannot climb ladders. But anyways, outside of being taken aback about this level looking so pink in the... Oh. He's just standing there. Oh. It's like, as soon as I put my crosshairs on him, then he's like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to be an NPC actually doing stuff in the world. I think that grunt was just the distraction he needed. Come at me if you dare. You guys stop. I'm trying to have a cool one-on-one fight with the zealots. I'm pretty sure this is the first zealot you encounter in the game, outside of Legendary. Oh, look at him. He's weaving. He knows that I've got my sights on him. I like how tense these zealots encounters tend to get. Oh. Until that happens, obviously. Does Remake introduce the Lean Temple or something? Basically, yes. Nice to watch you play Dead Space. Oh. Admittedly, Dead Space was another one that passed me by. I will admit I was never exactly much of a horror guy. So, it's gonna be interesting if I ever do end up streaming a Resident Evil game. Because I'm fairly certain I'm going to have to at some point. I know, some of the basic plot details of Dead Space at the very least. Like the twist. I guess Covenants are just, immune... Well, I would say immune. They just, made it so, actual bright lighting in their ships is illegal. Like, look at this. It's just like spotlights. Also going to be interesting to see when this game really starts getting into its chain reaction, because this game has a habit of doing that, just detonating every single plasma grenade on the floor and blowing up everything alongside you. This way, I think. Swoon. Let's have a look in this area first, because I'm fairly certain you can get some goodies in here. Anybody home?
We must be in the brig. These look like holding cells. There are probably multiple detention stations.
Multiple detention centers. It's like some kind of Star War. Dude, gotta feel bad for the poor guy that they just sort of left it here. Kinda cute. Yeah, I remember these being a lot more empty. Oh, okay, so I'm guessing, it's mostly just human prisoners. I feel like this is another interesting detail from Halo the Flood, actually. Just the fact that, prior to Keyes getting captured, he was forced to watch his entire command crew, most of which we ended up, getting endeared to in the Fall of Reach, just get brutally executed right in front of him. After one of his command crew complained about the fact that they should be surrendering to the Covenant, so Chief just basically... No, Keyes just basically left with a pistol, just like, okay, you can go surrender yourself, if you want to be so coy about it. And then she basically betrayed them and led the elites directly to Keyes, only to get a bullet in the head as a prize. Smooth as silk. I don't think they could have gone any smoother if I tried. Oh, here's my keys. Sir? Sir, you can get up now.
Wow,
Keys? You good? I think he's having a heart attack. This is gonna be a bit of an issue. I'm gonna need your neural implant at the very least, sir. Oh.
Let's do it.
Of course, there was just one asleep in the corner. Is there another one? Oh, there is another one asleep in the corner. Somehow I completely forgot about these two goobers. I was too smooth. No way a bug. I'm like, nah, it's just me forgetting some enemies. There we go.
Coming here was reckless. You two know better than this.
Wow, we're so green. It's like we're in Sid's house.
Marines, lock and load your weapons. Let's be ready.
What if I can find any weapons, sir? It's too dark in here. It's in my Xenoblade kicking my extended truck bed feature. I'm not sure how to approach this.
They call it.
Which caves? Because I'm fairly certain there's like a bunch of caves. There's like Tephra Cave. There's like
According to the data in their networks,
the inside of the Ionis.
religious significance. If I'm analyzing
I think Tephra Cave is really the only one that comes to mind. Anyways, I'm talking over lore.
some kind of weapon, one with vast, unimaginable power.
That's true. The Covenant kept saying that whoever controls Halo controls.
Interesting that we're speaking in English outside of Keys' cell.
I have
As opposed to
intercepted a number
Sangheili.
of messages about a Covenant search team scouting for a control room. I thought they were looking for the bridge of a cruiser that I damaged during the battle above the ring. But they must be looking for Halo's control.
Really makes you think.
That's bad news. If Halo is a weapon and the Covenant gain control of it, they'll use it against
Yeah, it
us
really
and
makes you
wipe
think
out
what
the
kind of
human
weapon.
race. Chief, Cortana, I have a new mission for you.
Kind of
We
funny
need
that
to
C
beat the
remake
Covenant
does
to
have them
Halo's
speak in
control
English too.
room. Marines,
Really?
let's
As
move.
opposed to them speaking in reverse English. That's
Chief, you have the point.
an interesting choice to say the least. I guess that is their way of trying to make Halo still more cartoony because we gotta have that team rating as Virginia to jump in you for some more notes as a. Alright, the E for mine. I'm sure you'll do fine. Admittedly, this is one of the more annoying segments for me as a kid, just the fact that this is essentially an escort mission. Spooked me for a second there. Yeet! It is nice, though, just being able to pose for enemies with just a storm of plasma fire behind me. It is funny, though, because I'm fairly certain in the books they essentially end up looking down on Covenant weapons, seeing them as, like, junk, which, considering they are basically mangled and repurposed for an attack, made so that the Covenant can actually use them. Really makes you think, because I suppose instinctively they can sort of tell, something's like inherently wrong with these. This is like an affront to God, affront to nature. Grant me twin snow globes. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. The E for caves do kind of suck. I'm sure you'll be fine. Just try to pick your battles. Also fine, I'll just grudge you this. Feel like just gonna step into the screen like, whoa! It just, really sort of reminds me of, this was a long time ago, the Sonic Rush stream where apparently oh. Well, any guards that when we left here basically just got killed by the stealth elites. Can I, yeet. Yeah, just thinking about how the thumbnail just ended up going slightly viral and just...
Cortana to Echo 419.
I'm curious as to why that one in particular, you know? An obsessive Xenoblade fan to backseat me with this voice cracks him. What do you mean? My voice doesn't crack at all. Are you referring to Val? His voice doesn't crack that much.
Acknowledged, Foehammer. Cortana out.
Yeah, this seems a lot more blue than purple to me.
We need to hold here until she can move in.
Oh man, we're screwed. We're screwed, man.
Game over, man. Game over.
Stow the bellyaching, soldier. Remember,
Take
you're
the opportunity to slam.
Cortana, if
I
you and the
can't
chief
believe
can get us
Neuven
into
would
one
do
of
something like that. I can't believe Kara would make Neuven do something like that.
Yes, Captain. There's a Covenant dropship still docked.
Alright. I'm fairly certain there is like a funny thing where you could potentially skip this last segment, though I can't remember necessarily the steps how. It just sort of happens to me sometimes. Not sure it's the methodology, but it is, it's interesting when it happens. I guess they're sort of running out of men if they're just throwing grunts at me now. Alright, away we go. Just a nice casual stroll out to the hangar bay again. I will admit I did actually see the cutscene that plays here in Campaign of Old. Honestly, how it's set up, I do kind of like it. Feels very much in the spirit of something like a Halo 3 or a Halo 2. I now declare this door clamp. Oh, Needler, can you? There we go. I now declare this hangar bay open.
The dropship is loose.
Everybody, mount up. Let's get on board.
To be fair, I think it's the point. Yeah.
Give me a minute to interface with the ship's
Honestly, with
controls.
regards to
no
cutscene
need,
changes, stuff like that is stuff that I don't necessarily mind all that much. Also, look, the hunters here actually rush onto the scene as opposed to casually strolling out.
Nice one, sir.
Time for a little payback.
Keys is still awesome, though. I don't know, I just feel as though, it may just be me and the circles I've been in. Keys just generally feels like a very underappreciated character. He's just... For the little time we know him, he really does prove himself to be a bit of a badass. Which I suppose you have to be in order to survive the Covenant War up to this point. I mean, given Johnson survived all of Harvest and, got laid at the end of it, that's, I suppose it goes without saying, really. Anyways, it's time for V-Level.
The Covenant believe that what they call the silent
You know, which was in, like, the PC and
somewhere
the
under
E3
this island.
demos.
The cartographer is
That
a map
vast,
that
endless
leads us to
ocean.
Halo's control center. The island has
It
multiple structures.
really
and
is stuff like this. It really
One of
sort of
them
invokes the
contains the
imagination,
network.
doesn't it? Like, what could possibly be out beyond this endless sea? Probably the Bionist and the Mechanist, knowing my luck. Or to me to choke. Oh, look, it's Zeta Halo. Oh yeah, they did basically just reuse a lot of this for Halo Infinite, didn't they? Again, that's one thing which I really am disappointed when it comes to Zeta Halo and Halo Infinite. The fact that, at the very least, in Frankie O'Connor's sort of made up free for free lore, Zeta Halo was made into a big deal with stuff like the Palace of Pain and links to Mendicant Bias and the Precursors and all this other messed up stuff with the Flood, and yet the Flood didn't appear once in Halo Infinite. You would have thought that the Palace of Pain would have just been this hellish library on steroids level, but alas, no. Okay, I guess the pistol can put in a little bit of work when it sets his mind to it. Again, it's good for poking holes in weak spots. Worse than the spooky endless, worse than the Flood. Don't remind me, please. Heck yeah. You know our motto. We deliver pizza. I know, just that one scene for that one mission has just been stuck in my brain for like decades at this point. Gungnir Pizza Delivery Service. You know our motto. We deliver pizza. I can take on the Covenant, but I can't take on an empty stomach.
Showtime!
back.
Alright, we may as well
Let's
do
go
this
find
the
the
canonical
map that
way,
shows
as
the
opposed to
location
the
of
fast
Halo's
way,
closest.
which is how I normally do it. It is also funny thinking how this is very much based on how warfare was perceived in the 90s. Like, this very much feels like an expansion on Willie's Jeep. Because obviously this is before the Middle Eastern conflicts broke out. And before we realized, oh yeah, Willie's Jeep kind of sucks for modern warfare, so...
In the cliff wall. I'll bet the silent
I am
part
kind of
is
surprised that they
someone
never,
had
like,
that
made like an updated version of the Warthog to be more in line with more modern APCs. And then again, I suppose by the time we hit the 500-year mark, stuff like today's armored vehicles may also seem outdated. Oh no. I have made a grievous error. And that error was forgetting plasma grenades exist. Anyways, it's time for a canon event. I swear, every single playthrough of this level involves throwing a grenade down this corridor at least once. That's or just driving the Warthog through it. I'm guessing the plasma pistol is nowhere near as overpowered in Campaign Evolved, unfortunately. Look at that, just shreds through everything.
The cartographer must be here. My analysis indicates that
It really
the
is
map
like an
room is on the
anti-everything
bottom
gun.
floor of this facility.
You know, much like the sniper rifle in Reach, honestly.
Let's keep going inside.
Just gonna take another sip of water. This is when we made decent progress at the very least.
Don't let them lock the doors.
I know that you can essentially bypass this segment if you end up, oh, can I? I don't think I was able to blow up that, that Zealot, but that would have been really funny if I could have.
I underestimated the Covenant's
Yeah, I think
understanding
the
of
Zealot's still
Halo's
alive back
subsystems.
there. I can see the
They've
sword.
locked the doors, and we don't have enough firepower to get through them.
How disappointing.
Cortana to Keys.
Go ahead, Cortana. Have you found the control center?
Negative, Captain. The Covenant have impeded our progress. We can't proceed unless we can disable this installation's security system.
Understood. We're still en route to the objective. I may be out of contact when we get there. Here are your orders. I want you to use any means necessary to force your way into the facility and find Halo's control center. We have to get to the center before the Covenant. And failure, people, is not an option.
Echo 419 to ground teams. I'll stay on station and keep an eye out.
Yeah, that's basically the last time we hear from Keys for a little bit.
Second squad, ready to roll as soon as everybody's topside.
I forgot there was an overshield down here.
LZ looks secure, sir. Nothing moving.
Very nice.
Good luck, people. Keys out.
Yeah, one thing from this particular segment of the story which I didn't necessarily like in the novel, as soon as Chief is locked out of the control room, this part is essentially where it cuts to Keys and Johnson getting jumped by the Flood for the first time, which, I don't know, me personally, I don't really like that they introduced the Flood in the book this early. I mean, I get that the Flood is sort of the book's namesake and whatnot, but I would have preferred if they, at the very least, if they had to showcase the scene where Keys and Jenkins and Mendoza and Johnson and whatnot go into the weapons cache. You know, just have it cut to right before they open up the doors to the Flood room. And then just have all the stuff with Keys getting mind probed by the Proto-Grey Mind be like a mystery. It's like, Keys has been captured, and it's like, what is going on with him? And then you and Keys are gradually putting the pieces back together. I feel that would have been a more effective in the narrative, considering, you know, the Flood reveal in this is sort of like the big iconic part. I just spoiled to the surface. So it's like, You're going through all of this and all of assault in the control room and all the stuff going on around it with, you know, the ODSTs and Zukazawa mages sort of waiting for Chief to encounter the Flood. Playing this at MCC or even... I'm playing this on my 360. Also, nice of you to join me, BC, for, me, clowning on these hunters here. Trying my slippery controller and it fell between you. Wyvern, you gotta stop with these excuses just to fondle me, please. You know, right in the middle of me clowning on these hunters. These are supposed to be like the heavy shock troopers of the Covenant, by the way. It is funny considering how much trouble Chief had with these in the museum back in Fall of Reach, back on Sigma Octanus. Like, I don't need to come with excuses. I'm saying I don't appreciate you trying to find every single opportunity to fondle me. I don't have to take it. Tell something of the gameplay appears authentic, not from the anniversary. Yeah, I mean, obviously I wouldn't be playing the anniversary version. Even to this day, I'm still questioning why I got that. Because, you know, I already have it on my 360. I had no reason to get it. If I just wanted the anniversary map pack, I could have just gotten the anniversary map pack. I feel that was just one of the first major instances in my gaming, well, I don't want to say career, just time history of gaming. That was... Halo Anniversary was like the first instance of me stopping and thinking, why did I get this? I didn't need to get this. Which is funny because, obviously at that point I've been playing, like, most Pokemon games constantly, like, you know, Emerald and whatnot. And I didn't necessarily feel as strong in regards to the fact that I didn't need to get something like Emerald or Platinum as I did Halo Anniversary. Seriously, didn't know if you heard me about this. Yeah, I know you've been complaining about your slippery controller. I noticed that this level really likes to spam hunters at you. I mean, I know they're like introduced in the last level, but really seems to like its hunters, this one. I've had CE growing up. The first game was ODST. Well, I mean, that was arguably my favorite one. Well, either that, Free, or this. I don't know, it feels as though, between those three, my favorite between them sort of changes depending on my mood. Even if it has been a while since I played them. Yep. Yeah, apparently these were put here specifically to ambush me by this one elite that wants me dead. I think he's hiding in one of these, Covenant crates, like, Zuka, are you in there? Let me in! Let me in so I can teach you a lesson! It was this one. Zuka! I know you're in one of these somewhere! You can't hide from me forever! That's why I grew up with the anniversary version. Yeah, my condolences. My condolences. That, and I suppose the prospect of going through the library with infinite ammo was, compelling for me at the time. But that was basically like it. Never to know the composer for Halo feels the same way we do. ODST's his favorite game. Well, I mean, yeah, he has taste. Obviously he would, anyways.
Use the hollow panel to shut down the security system.
I want to check real quick if there's still any power-ups around here, because, again, right here I'm sort of used to there being, oh, there isn't an active camo. Yeah, I'm more used, at this point to the rebalanced version, where there is an active camo back there. Alongside many engineers, which were introduced in Fall of Reach, and yet aren't here because they were cut. I declare the security system for this whole ring open.
Good. That should open the door that leads into the main shaft.
Apparently because at this level, a lot of people blame Master Chief for the Flood getting released. I don't know, I feel Spark would have been a little bit more overt about that being the case if that were true.
Mayday! Mayday! Dropship Bravo 22 taking enemy fire! Repeat, we are under heavy fire and are losing altitude!
But I will say, despite how insanely dark it is,
Understood. We're on our way.
The Forerunners really did sort of nail it with their mood lighting. Oh. I see, I find it funny that in the anniversary version it is much easier to see all these active camo elites. So it's like, if you're having trouble spotting these camo elites, just swap to anniversary graphics. They'll pop out instantly. Stuff like this is kind of why I wish I still had my assault rifle. I suppose this is something the plasma rifle's good at. Just like, I know you're here, Zuka. Come out! Your soundtrack, either one of the most emotional, most melancholic, was you're truly alone. Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, I know about all the references to Dante's Inferno in ODST.
Bravo 22 was bringing us some heavy weapons. After I saw we were
Really sort of adds a sort of extra interesting layer to the game, in my opinion.
Move down the beach. Keep an eye out for any cargo we can salvage.
Yep, here's the rocket. Here's the rocket, which in my mind, nothing's beating the Halo 2 rocket launch in my opinion. Just, you know, it's pretty fast to use and it has lock on. It's just, what's not to like? Let's see an ODST remake. You know, one thing that I would have loved to see instead of Combat Evolved Anniversary, Combat Evolved ODST, where you get to really go through a lot of the extra stuff that was introduced in the book. You know, you could have a game where you're playing as like Melissa McKay, and going through a lot of the extra stuff like the raid on the Pillar of Autumn. I mean, I'm fairly certain a lot of the stuff there was sort of covered in Fireteam Raven, but that's not the same. There weren't any Flood Juggernauts on Alpha Halo. I feel as though nobody actually goes into these caves. I mean, I can't exactly blame them. It's like I can hardly see a thing, Captain. So satisfying. Come on over here. Come on over here. It's time for your lead injection. Shame I didn't bring the Warthog here. I could easily just bring it through here for later, but whatever. I feel this is the setup that most people bring into this segment. Mostly just the pistol for the hunters and the rocket for everything else. Using this was tough for me because I was fighting a gaggle of the boss without clearing the odds first. Once again, Noivern is... Yeah, why would you do that to yourself? Just seems so strange and unusual behavior. Anyways, time for the optional... Oh, I did actually get the Zealots. No matter, he's probably going to respawn in like 5 minutes. Nice if Halo will be able to get another game where you can play as an elite again. I know that a lot of people have been requesting that. I just find it funny that there's just been so many Halo projects which have been requested by Free4Free, which Microsoft had just denied. Like, obviously there's the ODST Helldivers like, which everybody sort of beams on. Just like the fact that they wanted to do Helldivers for Helldivers as a thing, Microsoft just said no, and then just constantly reap the consequences of that. Only for Sony, of course, to fumble the bag insanely, because I'm sure a lot of people are very unhappy with Sony's more recent financial/business decisions, which, I mean, I can hardly blame them. You know, since Halo 4, the only games you play as elites is Halo 2, Anniversary, and Halo Wars 2. You can play as them in Halo 3's multiplayer and co-op, so there's that. If for some reason you wanted to play Halo 3's co-op. Hello, boys. Don't mind me, just doing a little bit of spring cleaning. Oh yeah, that also reminds me. This is something that you can never do in in Campaign Evolved. In Campaign Evolved, you can never experience the joy of painting. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going for a little bit. Just zoom out and look how much blue... Yeah, we're just casually just painting this entire stairwell blue. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. I'm fairly certain the more you punch it, the more it just keeps going. They would never allow this in our T15 rated game. Why is that particular jackal a puddle? Because I felt like it. I'm not having a good day, sir. I know you can technically skip this portion by just dropping down to where the overshield is, but I think we're just going to do this the normal way. I think we're just going to be, you know, just regular, ordinary, Halo Bunny time. Flinch that. Okay, that works. That works. I remember... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, I remember there being hunters in this segment, and they were just hiding in the shadows. Who says hunters can't be stealthy? I say as I immediately just peg one in the back. What were you looking at, sir? How far are you going to play today, by the way? Initial plan is to make my way, basically just try to get to the halfway point, just assault in the control room. Yeah, we gotta set the table and get them ready for dinner. Hey, quiet you. You know what I meant. I didn't think that I'd be able to just deal with those hunters so easily with the pistol. They just turned their backs to me for whatever reason. Just like, they were inviting me for whatever reason. Hunters realizing it's 4 p.m.
Get out of here before additional reinforcements arrive. Let's find that map.
Alright, out of the way, fellas. I got places to be. I know I can get like an active camera here, but I don't think it's necessary. You know, come on over here. Just to hell with that particular elite. He didn't do anything wrong, I just didn't like him. Nope, just don't like him. Alright, this is the back way. This is where the overshield is. May as well grab it for now. Again, I probably didn't need to use my rocket there, but whatever. Anybody in here? Hello? Oh, they're just... Oh, I actually stuck him. Sweet.
There. That hollow panel should activate the map. Analyzing. Halo's
So we went backwards from different... Yeah. I feel that's the case in most games, where obviously, I feel Sonic is obviously the biggest example where it's like, wow, we get to play as Tails, Amy, and Knuckles for the first time in like 20 years. The last time we were able to play as Tails in a 3D Sonic game was 2006. So, Peg, you know, and I have to be... I mean, I know what you're like when it comes to these things. From what I can tell from your streams, it's always 4 p.m. Alright, it's time for the music. I know you get an achievement for basically running out of here without firing a weapon, but this is the original Xbox version. There are no achievements. Achievements hadn't been invented yet, but in 2001. So now I could just rush on out of here with a gun pointed at the head of the universe, even though that's not the name of the song. I am completely fumbling this encounter. I think this... Yep, that's our first death to play through.
Keep trying. Let me know when you've reestablished
Kind of embarrassing, really. You'll have the Sonic getting a better direction, given Frontier's dream to even larger rush.
We'll be heading there as soon as we're topside.
I mean... It'll be interesting to see at the very least, though,
Affirmative. Full hammer.
at this point, I sort of past such things. For me, that proverbial ship has kind of sailed. I feel that it sort of sailed for me back with movie 3. It's just like, I feel things to me have gone weirdly full circle with regards to the Sonic series. I feel as though I've gone over this multiple times at this point, but I feel sort of content with regards to the Sonic series in a weird way. Like, I've had my fill. I'm more sort of ready to approach it from a more casual perspective as rather just constantly critiquing it. Hopefully that makes sense. You gotta remember, you gotta space out your shots with regard to the pistol. If you just hold it and the bullet spread's just gonna go crazy. At least that's how it is in the multi... I'm not sure that's still how the case... Actually, I think we can check real quick. Because we have a wall here. Observe. Probably a little bit too, not close. A little bit, not far back enough. Anyways. Yeah, I think we need a better wall. Oh, the Sonic's inhibited. So I just thought that was a new message. Let's see, are there any more hunters up here? I feel that aside from that embarrassing death, this has gone quite smoothly. Boing. But I definitely feel the pistol really sort of, I wouldn't say becomes required, but sees more use once hunters come into play. Because there it's sort of you're forced to... Not so much forced, just you're more incentivized to keep a hold of it for hunter encounters. All you greenhorns want to see Bunny Boys up close. Looks like today's your... Yep, looks like today's your lucky day. You know, I may as well use some of these. It's like I have like 3 rockets. I may as well use them. It's like this is the final battle and you only have like 999 potions. You may as well just use them. I know that the Zelda respawns around here. Hello. Oh, that didn't kill him. That did. You see the misspelling shouldn't to type without my glasses on. Nah, you're fine, you're fine. Damn, I'm almost out of pistol ammo. You go through it a lot in this line of work.
Cortana to Echo 419. The Chief and I are topside, requesting pickup. Roger.
Oh,
On my way.
they're in the walls! Yeah, you gotta remember that some camo elites don't have shields. So you can just, beam them in the head if you're lucky. Look at these trees and look how 2001 this all looks. Oh. I almost merged with Faux Hammer for a second there. In we go. In question, did you update your model recently? Yes, I did. Again, kudos to Valve for that. Just been slowly doing model updates in between his endless list of commissions. Crunchy trees.
The Covenant did a thorough seismic scan, and my analysis shows that Halo is honeycombed with deep
Remember,
tunnels.
that's supposed to be a hinge.
Ring.
Even though I'm fairly certain that the Pelican doesn't actually fit in there.
This pelican won't turn on a dime.
Look on the bright side, Philhammer. The last thing the Covenant will expect is an aerial insertion from underground.
Wow, look at that. Cinematography. As we get sealed within the bowels of the ring. Alright. I will admit, I've never exactly been a big fan of the snow levels in Combat Evolved. Mostly just because of how long they go on. So I think I noticed growth for lack of a better term. Oh, that's just a toggle. I can also do this, look. Must have been the wind. Oh, I would have been your daddy, but the dog beat me over the fence. Still have no idea what they mean by that. What did the dog do? It has a sound effect. Yes, it has a sound effect. Because why wouldn't it?
This is as far as I can go.
Roger that. We'll be able to find our way to the control center from here.
Good luck. Full hammer out.
And that's mostly just supposed to be like a donation slash subscription thing. It's the loading screen for what version of Combat Evolved? This is the original Xbox version being played on an Xbox 360. It's the one from the Xbox Live Marketplace. Before it got shut down, so unfortunately I cannot get Uno. Assume that was the default size, but you got... Yes, yes, of course I have it included. I also have, that included as well. You know, just for lack of a better term, serious mode. Run! You know, I just got the more conservative size on hand for when I need it. I suppose at the very least it is fun to shoot out the glass. You know, just recreate Hans Gruber a little bit. Shoot the glass. Because that's the best way to deal with elites and jackals and grunts and whatnot. Just fill their entire feet with shards of glass. In arguably the most uncomfortable scene in all of Die Hard. I saw the stream title, it would be MCC, good on you for being almost 100%. Well, obviously I gotta be authentic because I gotta stick it to free for free. Because I've had it up to here with their nonsense and how MCC's been treated. Kinda surprised that supposedly they're still leading sort of credence to. I mean, I suppose it's mostly for preservation's sake, but I'm surprised that they're still giving it the time of day, considering they initially abandoned it due to lack of microtransactions. Weird who feet might not hurt them. I mean, maybe. Maybe. Here we are, good old snow.
The weather patterns here seem natural, not artificial. I wonder if the ring's environment systems are malfunctioning. Or if the designers wanted the installation to have inclement weather.
High voltage indeed. I can't believe that he's immune to melee! He's immune to melee. Alright, fine, just we'll do that. We'll try this your way. How did you not, how did you... Oh, I'm guessing you were distracted by the pelican.
Hold position. We're on our way.
Roger that. Make it quick.
Especially, do hate MCs that got neglected, especially since it did so well, since it was put on just... Yeah, I feel that the MCC was really what got me back into Halo, honestly, because I feel that once Halo 5 came out, I was content to just sort of let the Halo series go by, as it were. It's like, yeah, I've had my fun with the series, it's time to move on to other things. Like Destiny. That was a mistake. Level of it needed, I think, quite late local armor, it looked not so good. Yeah, I mean... I'm curious as to what their mindset was behind a lot of it. Just, ooh, let's have all these interesting... I mean, some of it I feel looked alright. Mostly just the stuff that was Halo themed, like the Fireteam Raven stuff, the SBI armor. I feel that stuff in general looked quite good, just not a lot of the Halo Online stuff, or, you know... I guess some people did quite like the medieval-looking stuff. I mean, that seems fairly on-brand considering Hayabusa. Destiny 2 because there was no Halo on PC. I played Destiny 1 because I was, because I didn't like all the stuff for the Xbox One at the time. Oh. Panic. Panic. No panic. What do you see his armor's mega Oh yeah, just the fact that it's basically just like a globe. Just like a flat surface. I wasn't really all fond of it either, which is sort of why, but most of my armors in the Halo multiplayer just sort of default to Mark 6. I guess it's just my way of just sort of paying homage to Halo 2 being my first. You know, nothing wrong with the classics. I see you there. You know, guys do those idiocy, right, but not Halo 4. Well, yeah, because it's Halo 4. Nobody should be giving Halo 4 the time of day anymore. The fact that it got so many negative reviews on Steam just sort of is a testament to that. Halo 4 was a mistake, as well as Halo 5. Yeah, let's just go for the assault rifle. Why not? You know, going for the canonical choice here, except for the plasma pistol, obviously. With fascination of overcomplicating everything design. Yeah, it's like 343 had a weird obsession with overcomplicating everything with Halo. Like, what do you mean that Guilty Spark was a caveman? Weapons to foreign and structured weapons, yeah, and plot points as well. Like, making it so that the humans were no longer descendants of Forerunners and instead just making Guilty Spark a caveman. Like, that's basically just become a running joke at this point. Like that. Oh. Second death, just pure stupidity. Too many greebles on the armor. They put too many greebles in the store. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it, honestly. That being said, it may just be me, but I do kind of like Daisy. You know, just thinking in terms of stuff that was added in terms of 343 Reload. Just because I know that there was obviously a whole bunch of Spartan teams which were still in operation and alive back when the Halo trilogy was in full swing. Like, obviously you had Blue Team, which was stuck on Reach for most of this, for this entire thing, slash getting teleported all the way over to what was it, Eridonis 2, with its asteroid belt with the Insurrectionist base? Due to weird sort of time dilation stuff with the slip space crystal they found under Castle Base. I kind of forget that some early yeah, basically just early Bungie Halo lore just had a lot of weird stuff, like magical slip space crystals that allow you to sort of dilute time. Read the books, there are actually quite a few yeah, like obviously there's Blue Team. There's Spirit of Fire's Red Team, which is basically just a bunch of Spartans which were initially washed out of the Spartan program before being reinducted later. So you had Jerome, Douglas, and Alice. Oh. Gotta love those vehicle physics. Spirit of Fire has more living Spartans than it has living Sergeant. Hey, that's not fair, man. That's not fair. You can't just be going around spitting out stuff like that. Sergeant Forge died a hero. Looking on friends, Steam stunts, two betrayals absolutely added a bunch of gnarly flood nastiness levels. Yeah, I was led to assume it would. You know, just something, anything to sort of differentiate two betrayals from this, because it may just be me. I kind of feel True Betrayals may be my least favorite level in this game. Because it features a lot of the stuff that was wrong with this level and just its sheer length. Plus, do you mind? You know what? I'm just going to do this myself. Get over here. Have some candy. That's what I thought. Carry the assault rifle sounds, it isn't a bullet holes anymore. Yeah, that is kind of a shame that he insisted on making it essentially the infinite assault rifle. And I do kind of get it, considering it would be the SMG also exists in Campaign Evolved, which I don't necessarily mind. I mean, you get ROM hacks slash mods of Combat Evolved that added in all the time alongside the battle rifle. I haven't seen the battle rifle in Campaign Evolved, actually. I'm hoping it actually isn't there, because I'm one of those guys that really sort of appreciates the sort of limited sandbox of Combat Evolved. It's like Nice. It's like every single weapon has a purpose, as opposed to something like Halo 4, where all the weapons just sort of blend into one another. Sort of like the original vision for Halo, where there's supposed to be like 40 levels and 100 different weapons. not realizing that a lot of those levels would end up outstaying their welcomes, and a lot of levels would just... A lot of the weapons, rather, would just end up blending into one another, which is exactly what happened with Halo 4 Spartan Ops. The BRs and camping about... Damn. I mean, I get it, but it's still, it's kind of a disappointment. There's a score where you can give, it's... Restore the 6... Yeah, I've heard. They're really an ad for it. Man. I mean, I get it, but there's still a little bit of a disappointment for a purist like me. I mean, it is definitely interesting, I am sort of curious, actually, as to whether or not there's, like, a weapon skin or whatnot that, gives the SMG its dig site skin from the E3 builds. Where it's, like, green and has the scope, and has that little bullpup design. Possibly restores that one pistol design as well, just... Considering how much of a big deal they made about restoring unused content to MCC, it would have been nice to see some of that actually paid forward in Campaign Evolved. Get over here, you. I always did find it funny how the melee animation of the sniper was basically just you using it as an ore. You might have churches able to... I made that joke previously, BZ. You don't have to point it out, man. I'm suffering here. I'm playing this with a 360 controller, with aiming as stiff as this. Anyways, get in, all of you. Only once, man. Oh, another one survived. Get in, you. We're going like 5 feet. It is kind of a shame that the AI can't actually drive vehicles in this game, because I would be more than happy to just use the Warthog for this entire next segment, but that's not the canon option. It needs to... Yes, it is tragic. We don't have the sort of modern features of MCC here. We just have the controls as they were designed by Bungie. I want to point out because I too have churching. Okay, that's fair, that's fair. Also, look at this sick drifting skills. Look at this. Sliding on the ice wall, shooting you. Well, isn't that just the coolest thing? Anyways, I'm just gonna get out right away. Alright, everybody out. You're gonna be left behind otherwise. Yeah, driving in this game, imagine a Marine trying to drive the tank. I mean, there we go. I'm assuming at the very least that the AI can actually drive vehicles in Campaign Evolved. So you can essentially recreate the arc from Halo 3, where you have the choice of either the tank or the Warthog.
There it is. I'm on it.
Just thinking, it would also be kind of cursed if, oh. I just realized that with my controller setup, the machine gun is on the A button. This is even more cursed. When I say that, knowing that the machine gun has the spread of an actual bullet hose. It's like if you put your thumb on the end of the hose. That's essentially the bullet spread you get from the machine gun in this. I'm guessing it was mostly just to balance it for multiplayer, so you didn't absolutely get mincemeated whilst trying to advance on it, but still. Right now it's mostly just early access. Yeah, so I've heard. It is originally released on Windows and forcing out to so they can aim and fire the tank, but don't account for the tank kind of drifting. I see. Well, that's some more interesting little tidbits. Yeah, it really feels as though the tank only really works in close quarters. Which is kind of a shame. Like, look at this. Look at the spread on this. I'll hit you eventually. Oh, I actually did hit him. Okay. See, that's the sort of spread I'm talking about. Sir, do you mind? I'm trying to blow up a turret here. See, that's the only difference where the machine gun actually works. When they're like right in your face. Okay. Well, got it eventually.
Enemy mortar tank sighted at my
You know, I always do find it kind of funny, just the fact that, despite this not being any sort of open world game, this game to me always felt like it had a much larger sense of scale to it than Infinite. I mean, not even just with the whole fact that this place actually has different biomes to it. Just the sheer scale of just how high these valleys go up. You can't even see the top. In Infinite, you probably could, and it would be a lot less majestic. Favorite flower? That's an interesting question. Because I know that you're going to be mad at me if I say anything other than orange. I mean, I don't know. It's feel like this one's sort of a toss-up between yellow and Seth. It's kind of weird that Seth doesn't call himself purple. I guess Seth is just special like that. This is so funny that he considers Birdley to be a true genius. Seth is Bond. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm more sort of in favor of Seth. That's and him just having a panic attack whenever you do well. That's always funny. Someone got so busted in a different way in every other release of this game. Yeah, it really is just like Sonic Adventure in that regard. It's funny you say yellow and. Well, obviously I gotta say yellow because obviously I've been a big fan of all the Woody memes we got when it comes to Deltarune. Can't believe that Toby would make Kara make Woody do that. That's not a Condo's booth that actually had Chapter 5. Ah, that's pretty cool. I'm guessing you got the orange one. You know, that's one thing which I kind of regret with regards to my my Deltarune stream, along with everything, is the fact that I never gave Orange an Australian accent. That just, considering Orange is a rat, that seemed like the most obvious thing that seemed like the most obvious thing that I just went for the more sort of Boston thing, which is Susie's accent, really. Knew this interior looked different. Yeah. It's so surreal seeing in Campaign Evolved this being just an open roof area as opposed to just this sort of dark, really sort of oppressive area. I think I do kind of prefer how this looks in the original, to be honest, just with how oppressive it is. It sort of helps make it a little bit more distinct. Yep, gotta love it. And now everybody on my team hates me. Because of the fact that the tank can't aim over something which is... It should be looking over, but it doesn't anyways. The HT version of this area is so brightly lit up, and also... Yeah. I can only imagine what this place would look like with this lighting filled with flood biomass from Rebalanced. Just how insanely creepy it would be, especially with the grave mine just sort of mumbling in the background with infinitely spawning. Oh, I'm about to die. I do kind of want to go for this whole area at one point, just using the Warthog, actually. I feel as though every time I do this, it's with the tank. Yellow Pete, my favorite, is big for inside me. I love Pete and VP. I also enjoyed your voice. Yeah, I mean, Yellow is obviously a character which a lot of people enjoy voicing. Me, characters I enjoyed voicing, me personally, Birdley, obviously, Rolsey, and Asgore. And Flowery. Flowery is also a good one. And Susie. Mostly Rolsey and Asgore, though. So that, because I have no idea why, but for some reason, ever since I played Undertale back in 2015, I always envisioned Asgore having a Sean Connery singing voice. I've no idea why, that's just always what I envisioned. The number one, the orange just kind of melts in my heart. She's very passionate, he's very loud about being who she is, but also one after. I still don't get what Rolsey's deal with just bullying Orange was, to be honest. I mean, it was funny, but Just seemed to come out of nowhere. Also, when Pink showed up, it sort of made me really evaluate the fact that I really need to focus on improving my Welsh accent when I have more cat girls on stream, because I feel as though I keep transitioning more into Scottish whenever I do that. And that's not the real point. That's not Welsh. That's Scottish. So Orange transfers a mid group when we play Deltron. So you like him less? Well, obviously, yeah. Pink was also a one that I quite appreciated as well, to be honest. Quite interesting what that's going to mean for Chapter 6, though, regarding the relationship between Chris and the player, because at this point, I just want the two of us to get all cats are Welsh according to... Well, yeah, obviously you've never played Xenoblade. All cat girls in Xenoblade are Welsh. I did for the good shoot to the Wolfers Cup. Why would you bully Roll say like that? That's just... He's just gonna end up turning into yellow at that point. Fairly certain there's some more supplies here, along with health kits, which I desperately need at the moment. Also, don't mind me. Come on, there's got to be a health pack around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. But one of the cheapest trying to escape the hill and this joke the jacket starts even Jerome and mailing me with the warthog. Yeah, that was a weird secret level in Combat Evolved. I'm fairly certain that was brought back, that was restored in SPV3. Along with all the audio logs of Marvin Mabuto, where it was full of all this unnecessarily swearing. I'm not sure if anybody remembers that from SPV3. Also, I knew there was a stealth elite in here, at least in one of the versions of this level. I know you're in here. Oh, there you are. Always so funny just seeing the elites both sky high like that. It's really... And actually bully Ralsei's treatment orange did high keep. I mean, honestly, Ralsei's treatment by Flowery got me miffed. You know, forcing, you know, tricking me into muting Ralsei, that can never be forgiven. We just grab the camo here. I don't think we're gonna necessarily need... Actually, I think we're going to just use this to blow up the Wraith. I can't blow you up with rockets without getting closer. Ho ho, then approach me all you like. Oh, yeah, and the Wraith is already spunking, so, dodge these, you filthy casual. I missed. There you go. It's just floating there menacingly. It's like, where'd he go? It's a complete mystery to me. It must have been the wind. Bang. Gentle footsteps on a 5-ton super... He's not a 5-ton, he's only a half-ton. Half-ton hero. Let's see. Oh, there you are. Oh yeah, I also forgot there was banshees in this area, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. Unfortunately, I'm not Mintblitz, so I'm going to have to crucify myself if I miss this banshee shot. I'll be right back. No, I'm just kidding. Binge the entire Master Chief collection, not gonna lie, all the games put together minus ODST. Well, obviously, if you binge them all at once. Also, since you're here, BZ, I may as well just, I'm going to recommend you check out the Halo novels on Audible if you haven't checked them out already. Contact Harvest at the very least was pretty damn good. Especially since I'm fairly certain the audible version of Contact Harvest also is narrated partially by Jen Taylor. It is kind of surreal hearing Jen Taylor putting on a southern accent. I'm not gonna say the context for why Jen Taylor is putting on a southern accent, but it is surreal. Suppose I count everything being to Legend and Old and Dead Meat event again and try to read the Sonic comics. Ain't all of us something to... So that's the interesting thing with Audible. I'm not sure I'm supposed to recommend you do this, but I'm fairly certain if you subscribe, you get a single credit to spend on a book, and then once you get that token and spend it on a book, you can just cancel immediately. I'm fairly certain I'm not supposed to recommend you do that, because I'm not certain as to the... Nice. Amazon Ninjas... Well, you will know what happened if I suddenly decide to stop streaming after a while. You will know what happened. Love how that goes, just decided to spin in place. It just got confused. Whoa, 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 poof. Yeah, use that token on Project Help. Yeah, I suppose that's also a good option. I used mine on Watership Down. See you getting your back. Shh, shh. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Because nothing ever happens. Stun sponsor. No, I don't have any sponsors at the moment. I mean, you'd probably know if I did. Just constant logos just plastered all over my my attire like a Formula 1 race car or a bad Sonic OC. Because I'm fairly certain there was a Sonic OC like that, which is just a recolor of Sonic that was painted black, just stuck with console logos all over it. Back when we were so naive about gaming companies being our friends. You know, more innocent times. When a video could just be a bunch of Sonic X screenshots set to Evanescence. You know, the Dark Ages. Learn from the Phantom School how to get out of the bag. Well, of course, everybody wants to be a big shot. Those jackals were just minding their own business, and I completely atomized their all their insides. Yeah, I think this is a good instance of a good showcase of the Scorpion Cannon's spread. Now it's a chance to be a big one. Gotcha. I think I can just use the tank here to blow up the hunters down here, and then we'll be good. Gotta love that crunchy 30 FPS.
I thought the Covenant had eliminated all the Marine forces in this area.
They're all dead. Oh, there they are. They just had to come around the corner real quick.
Anybody else hear that? Oh man, Covenant dropship inbound. Take cover.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this segment. I don't think you can destroy the guns on these or the dropships in general in the original. Maybe I'm just too used to rebalanced when you can do that. Can you stop chucking those bloody plasma bolts at me? Alright, have fun with that, fellas. I'm just gonna go over here and blow up the hunters real quick. Star Citizen copy of those tuning fork ships. I don't think I should be too surprised. I actually headshot. Oh. I think I accidentally crushed the other hunter with the shade turret. Actually, I meant to do that. I definitely meant to crush this hunter. I am the new Mint Blitz, you guys. I am the new Mint Blitz. Look at this. Defeating my enemies using environmental hazards, as our Lord and Savior Mint Blitz intended. Right. There we go. Finally got myself some, well, wait for it. Gotcha. Oh, I thought that was a plasma. Whatever, this is fine. This is fine. The reason we don't see the Flood use Ungoi combat forms is, I think, something like SPV3 does that. I think it's mostly just because the grunts don't have enough biomass to, really, make good use of them. I remember there being, like, I'm fairly certain of theory that the grunts were used for, like, the legs of the carrier forms. But I think it is just the case that they don't have enough biomass on them, so they just get made into, the gunk that covers the walls. In terms of carrier forms, it's also just funnier. It's gonna get recon for that. Oh yes. For that, I shall get $1 million and infinite girlfriends. Promised to me from Bungie themselves. I miss when recon was special. And then again, I didn't necessarily have any one to play with in order to do the Vidmaster challenges, so I... Oh. So yeah, I did kind of miss out on that, unfortunately. And then the Xbox servers got turned off, and now nobody has recon. Okay, that PF of Floridian one. I'm not sure which Floridian you are referring to. Oh, Floridian. Oh. I thought that said Floridian, as opposed to a Floridian. My bad. I never said I don't own the Vulture. Really certain? I'm not certain if there's goodies down here. I know there aren't 2 betrayals. Let's have a look-see. Those aren't goodies. Okay, there were no goodies down here. This is my penance. Okay, I guess it is just some 2 betrayals. Okay, we don't have some kind of states that are united over there. Yeah, they are. They're just, they're just kingdoms. It's a kingdom as opposed to states. You know, there's... Technically speaking, if we're going up by American logic, we have 5 states over here in the United Kingdom. We have England, we have Wales, we have Scotland, we have Northern Ireland, and we have London. We do not want Floridians. I mean, I don't know, I feel as though I'm sort of, short on options. And here we are. Admittedly, this is sort of my least favorite part of the level. Mostly just with how repetitive it gets. Just going through the same sorts of circular rooms over and over. Thought the Welsh blew up Nubachuki. What are you getting at, Noivern? Also nice pathfinding there. Surprised those elites didn't notice me club their subordinate to death with a rocket launcher. It was the Floridian escape. I mean, from what I can tell, a lot of Floridians at this point want to escape, so... switching a grunt flat with a cartoon mallet. I'm surprised there wasn't ever a cartoon mallet in Cursed Halo. Any of the Cursed Halos. Instead, we got the boxing glove and the baseball bat. And those are pretty good in any case, but they're not a wooden mallet. Get me mallet. Never see it coming. Then again, I'm fairly certain everybody out here did. Yep. I can't believe it. There's a bunch of dead humans here. Yeah, I think, back in Rebalance, this is where you get the flamethrower. You can tell because this whole place would be surrounded in holy fire. Can't believe they'll publish a game with this buggy pathfinder shaking my head. It's trying its best, alright? This is 2001 we're talking about. Yeah, I think I won't need the sniper rifle whilst we're out. Actually, I think I am gonna need the sniper rifle because of the bridges. So, sorry, rockets, but we're gonna have to say goodbye for the time being. How am I supposed to do with this inside a Covenant ship? Chronicles, but Halo, that... I mean, I'm fairly certain at some point there was supposed to be a Halo MMO, which got cancelled, along with the Mega Bloks game. Who is that behind me, I wonder? Again, I'm not used to playing this in with such a low FOV. Oh, there was a zealot in here. Catch. Yeah, nice to know that some stickies can one-shot zealots as well. As I just crumple up into a Roman flesh meatball. What are you doing up there? Staying away from you. Yeah, I have never seen an elite pop up with that. I'm not sure. I mean, at the very least, not in MCC. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. I feel as though the simulation is starting to break down. Let the elite shout, no! Yeah, a lot of the elite voice lines in this game are kind of iconic. I am wondering, does Campaign Evolve actually keep those? Because it is like a huge part of Combat Evolve's identity, just the funny elite sound effects. Speaking of Deltron, I wonder how many flowers are killed by watching Superman. Which Superman, though? Is what I'm wondering. Are we talking about the Richard Donner one? Are we talking Superman Returns? Are we talking Zack Snyder's? Comedy being Campaign Evolved goes back to grunts not speaking English like in Halo 4. Why, though? And I guess it's just a holdover from the fact that they're using the Reach engine, but still, why, though? Oh, Superman's James Gunn. I wouldn't know because I haven't seen it. Superman has a speech about me. Ah, right. That's what you're getting at. Now I'm just imagining listening to Chief's being human speech from Infinite. It's like, we all fail. We all make mistakes. Master Chief, why are you wearing cat ears? Shh! It's part of the bit. All of a sudden, Master Chief turns Welsh. We all fail. We all make mistakes. It's what makes us human. No! I'll get you eventually, Gadget. There you go. I'm gonna do it. We're moving out with Superman's James Gunn. I'll consider it. I have previous engagements. Mostly more Power World. Anyways. Yeah, it may just be me having a skill issue, but it feels like even on normal, there are certain combat encounters which feel quite tense. Also, quite interesting that they just have a rocket here. I wonder what they're getting at with this. Even though it annoys me how grindy it can get. Yeah. That's another problem I have. That's a problem I have with Power as well. Just how grindy it can get. I'm sort of stuck on the final floating island area. just stuck with, trying to get an a giant furnace because I don't have enough power ingots, just constantly waiting for, to get enough materials and enough time for it to all smelt. Just like, please hurry up. A little ahead of previous engagement. I suppose you could say something like that. It may just be me, but it feels as though the later Halo games from 343 don't necessarily take much advantage of the stealth gameplay. How you can just go for an entire room without alerting any single guard. Just thinking it's going to be a nightmare trying to get up core light, because I'm fairly certain you can only get that from fishing. Yeah, and there's hunters over there. I knew hunters showed up in this area eventually, I just couldn't remember when. Coming over here. I'm gonna punch your lights out. I think we can afford to just run across here. Yo, it's time for more of that package sweet. Except for this guy, I actually have an automatic weapon, so your active camo doesn't work. What do you think of that? I do find it quite funny, actually, that in the book, the Halo the Flood, it basically just skips over Chief going through the entirety of Assault on the Control Room, just focusing entirely on all the other tertiary characters and what they've been up to. And then it just cuts to Chief actually making his way into the control room, just like, yeah, he just makes his way to the ziggurat whilst everybody else was doing more interesting things. I mean, I kind of get it. There's a lot of issues with regards to the, I suppose, more combat-y segments of Halo the Flood, where it tends to get rather repetitive after a while. It's like, he fired and fired again, and then he stepped over their corpses. Chief flew past me at the canyon and it blew it up. Ever underestimate lore accurate oh. What are you looking at, sir? Yeah, I remember this. I remember your snow graves. I remember this being the stealthily corridor. With this music which goes unused throughout the rest of the game. This room is already... yeah, as opposed to purple. Okay, I'm guessing there's only 2 stealth elites here on normal, unless I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm just too used to rebalanced. Okay, I think this is the room with the hunters in it. I have a special surprise for you. Several levels of explosive ordnance. Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh no. Jeez. Oh jeez. Oh no. Jeez. This has gone horribly wrong. I knew that was going to happen. You need a good... Fortunately, I have a lot of just to balance out the blue with the purple. Well, obviously you need a good color balance. That's only natural. Okay, I'm fairly certain even in these cold forerunner structures, they occasionally fill it in with gold. Also, I gotta wonder what the blue glowy stuff here is supposed to be up to. Like, what is this machine doing? What has this machine been doing just taking over for 100 millennia? Okay, that's how you do that. Conveniently, there's just a whole bunch of rocket ammo here, in case you need it. Nice. Yeah, I feel especially if we're going to... oh. This level really wants you out of a rocket launcher, apparently. Oh, control environments. Anyways, I've had a gameplay. You distracted me, so I ended up running into the jackals. About that gameplay? Yeah. I think there's just a sort of I don't want to say comfort, just sort of coziness to how this game feels, especially with how if the fact that it's based mostly off of Infinite is anything to go by, I imagine that Campaign Evolved feels a lot more clunky by comparison.
Analyze.
Hold up, I need to blow up the Banshees real quick. Sorry, fellas, just need to...
The entrance to the control center is at the top of that.
Also, I know that you can basically jump up on the ziggurat to skip to the end of the level early here, but we're not gonna cheese the game is just chugging. Let's play a little bit before bed kind of game. What kind of what Gmo is? Yeah, I feel that's a good way of putting it. Just the early levels of Halo, especially with how dreamlike they can be, they just really do feel quite cozy. Somehow I knew I was gonna miss that. You want to try another gun run on me, Banshee? I'm right here. I'm not moving. That's what I thought. On a pale horse I ride into oblivion. I forgot how slow the fire of the rocket launcher is normally. I mean, it is supposed to be like apocalyptic when you shoot it off, so I guess it makes sense, but still. Coming over here! I know I want to punch you in the nose! The reason I enjoy providing vehicle dramatically crashes bits and... Well, this game definitely isn't short on those. That and just senseless violence with explosive ordnance in general. Yeah, we're just gonna go through this bit, because I'm fairly certain most people don't actually go down there. See, I have a fan on at the moment, so air's getting a bit dry. Don't mind me, I'm just going in here. I know the young boy's plight, you get to live. For now. Oh, we actually get walk in the woods here. Kind of for gore. Again, you never usually go down this route. The song's so good, they brought it back in Infinite again. Yeet. Never underestimate a grunt. Yeah, I've listened to these on Spotify in the past constantly. It's just something about all of Halo Combat Evolved's soundtrack, which is just so generational. Oh, now I remember this one had all the stealth elites in it. Let's see if we can. Let's see how many we can beat to death. Probably not many, because obviously I'm going to not be able to see when I get spotted. I don't think they're hiding in the corner. I'm fairly certain that's a thing in Two Betrayals, actually, where you just get like jumped by stealth elites in all the corners. Or stealth flood, rather. Just, I don't know. One thing I quite liked about Two Betrayals Rebalance is that there's just a lot of extra emphasis on horror. Like, you just come into one of these rooms, this specific layout, and it's basically empty except for like a few invisible enemies, and there's just this loud thudding noise which you're constantly hearing, which just constantly puts you on edge. Anyways, here we are. Time to go up the ziggurat, lickety split.
We should commandeer one of those ghosts. We're going to need the firepower.
You know what? Sure, let's do it. Let's see if we can actually fit a ghost up on the, Sir, do you mind? We're going to need to take your ride. Also, that Banshee over... I'm guessing that's a Banshee. Whatever it is, it isn't helping. Oh, it's a hunter. You know, fine, we'll do it your way. Welcome to Jackass Halo style. I'm guessing that there's no rocket ammo down here. No. Alright, let's see if there's anything we can actually work with. I think we may actually have to... Oh. Just forgot about you. Oh. I thought that was one shot. I thought that was one shot. We're in... I think we're in trouble. Is there anything here I could salvage? Bro, this purple rabbit is whooping us. What the fluff? It's almost as though I have a lot of experience fighting these aliens. For no particular reason whatsoever. Anyways, come over here, you. Beautiful. I guess we're just gonna be forced to use the needler for a little bit. Why is your needler? That's how needlers normally look. That's how they've always looked. Have you found the chaos? The chaos emeralds aren't in this game. I have found a plasma pistol though. Ooh, full ammo. That's gonna be useful. Yeah, just looking at the sheer scale of this place, it's like you never get this in Infinite. Just this sense of scale mixed with the mysticism of it all. And the mystery and whatnot. Wow, Neil actually putting in some decent work. I mean, obviously this is normal, so... The one place the needler actually shines. That gives you more than 3 polygons per map. Yeah, this is like 2001 technology. Cut it some slack, will ya? I thought one of them actually decided to charge up a, do an overcharge. Grunts would never. Okay, nearly at the top. I do feel that this is kind of a letdown, especially compared to Rebalance, which re-adds Rock Anthem for saving the world as you climb up the ziggurat and just sort of increases in intensity as you go up. Really sort of adds to the whole, yes, you're actually assaulting the control room, but here there's just nothing except the wind. Well, here we are. Here you do get the scale in Infinite. It's mostly just the interior levels. The open world is damn mistakes that everything needs to be confined. Yeah. It's a good case in point to the idea that just some forms of gameplay slash IPs are not really suited to open world gameplay. Sonic Frontiers. Anyways, here we are. We finally found the control room. We get Covenant Dance as well, yeah. Perfect for when the game really wants to chuck. Oh, there were grunts back here. Oh, I think I've woken the hive. We've woken the hive! Okay, I think, I got up here without all the enemies spawning. I think I'm going to need to deal with them first before I open up the doors. Oh, Grunt just realizing, shoot, we're late. We're late for a very important date. I can't believe it. Hunter would just blow up his body like that. Why would Kara make the Hunter do that to his Grunt friend? Oh, he's still alive. Away from me, beast! Alright, where's... Oh, there's the other one. Okay, this only sort of works. Okay, that was my bad. Let's try that again.
Over there.
Damn, those fuel rods really sting. Okay, so that was the first hunter over and dealt with. Let's try the second one next. I feel this is the most Needler usage you ever see in a combat evolved playthrough. Oh, there we go, hunter down. Yeah, this is like the most usage the Needler has ever seen in this game. I mean, outside of like mods and ROMAX. Let's see. I don't remember if there's any health packs up here. I don't suppose there would be. More Needler ammo though. That's always nice. Might as well check up what's up top. I can't remember if it was this level or Two Betrayals which featured Siege of Madrigal if you stand up there. Maybe that's only an anniversary thing. Anyways, time to die. Open C-Same. I see you. Yeet. Yeet. Just... random bull dust go. Oh, Zealot's still alive. Come out here so I can... I thought you were supposed to fight me with honor, sir. Where's the honor in this? Where'd your dignity and pride go? I'm just gonna wait for shields to refill a little bit, because that's the thing about Combat Evolved. You're always more aware of your own mortality because of the health bar. I actually managed to kill an elite with the Needler. That should be like an achievement in this game. I mean, mostly just with how much they juke and jive everywhere. It's like, look at this! Look at the tracking on the Needler here! Okay, it actually worked there, but it was quite bad. So fairly soon you can just steal a Banshee and just cheese this whole bit, but... here's me trying to be normal about it.
Scanning. Covenant forces in the vicinity have been eliminated.
Also curious that this looks nothing like the control room corridors in Halo 3. And this big, this door which looks far more weathered than everything else in here, with its, mosaic-looking architecture. Again, the Forerunners really had a, flair for the dramatic, didn't they? Well, there we are. We finally found the control room.
This is it. Halo's control center.
Like, even this just has, like, this huge sense of scale to it. Also feels a lot more foreboding now, considering what happens in Halo 3. I take no pleasure in doing what must be done.
That terminal, try there.
You all right?
Never been better. You can't imagine the wealth of information. The knowledge, so much, so fast. It's glorious.
To think at one point, this is where Cortana turned evil, until they decided that was a terrible idea.
Let's stay focused. Halo, how do we use it?
Only for the writers of Halo 5 to look, look at this terrible idea. Let's use it. Because it's terrible. Exactly, because it's terrible. Yeah, let's just bring Cortana back to life and make her a villain now, because for some reason we decided to kill the Didact off in a comic. Hilarious considering Halo 4. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, those Covenant fools. They must have known. There must have been signs.
Signs of what, though?
The Covenant found something. Buried in this ring. Something horrible. And now they're afraid.
Something buried.
Afraid.
Captain,
Very
got
afraid.
to stop the Captain.
Keys? What
The
do we...
weapons cache
My
he's looking
keys.
for, it's not really... We can't
Lift them
get
back on the
inside.
ship.
I don't understand.
There's no time. Get out of here, find keys, stop
Okay.
before it's too
Just
late.
let that little nod. He's just like, alright. Whatever you say, lady. So, this doesn't bode well, because Keys was obviously looking for some kind of weapons cache. Last we heard of him, back in the Silent Cartographer. What has happened to our car keys? Anyways, I think that's a good cliffhanger to leave on. So, I suppose, tune in next time for when we, uncover what horrors lie beneath the ring. Which should have been left well enough alone.
The last transmission
Thanks.
from the captain's
Yeah.
dropship was from this area.
Yeah, I've definitely had fun. I'm going through this. Let's just, save and quit for the time being. And I'll leave you with this amazing soundtrack. Until next time, take care. Bye for now.